Alright everyone, welcome back to BSG Online number 3. Upcoming next is World of Final Fantasy by habkeinename. I'll be the host for this run. And we actually have a €20 donation coming in by Anonymous. And he donates for that final name that wasn't, that there was 4 naming incentives for World of Final Fantasy. And there was 1 name currently without a donation towards it, but now all the names have been named, or all the name incentives have a name now towards it. So yeah, this Black Choco Chick name incentive is about to be cut off. The winner is Aria, so A-R-I-A. So that one will be cut off, and the other names you can still donate for them. They currently all have €20 towards them. So yeah, if you want to change those up, check out BSG Marathon donate button, and you can change the name that way. But yeah, without further ado, let's get this run started. So I'll give it over to you, habkeine.
Thank you very much. Welcome, dear people. I'm habkeinename, the German dude without a name. With me I brought an enraged rabbit. Say hi.
Hi.
And welcome to
World of Final Fantasy.
Thank you, Lightning. Quick rundown what you guys can expect. You can expect Final Fantasy, Pokemon, anime, and chibi. If you liked one or all of the above, then this run might be actually enjoyable for you. We're gonna have 4 hours, about 4 hours of fun. And I'd say without further ado, let's do the rest when the timer is running. And I'd say we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Already messing up in the start. So yeah, we're starting the game, we're skipping the intro cutscenes because we're speedrunners, we ain't got no time for that. We wake up with a crazy fox on our head and we don't even notice. So we are playing currently as Lon. He is one of 2 twins that we will be controlling as our main characters. And he is in his parallel universe where he was asleep for ages. It's kind of a place that's out of time. They were sucked in here a while back. And now they've woken up, the goddess is in front of them, and they're going to start an adventure to find out about their past. What actually happened to them, why they ended up here, what happened to their family. And yeah, it's all we're gonna see some familiar faces, we're gonna hear some familiar lines. We're gonna hear a lot of bad and good jokes. And tutorial fights. What else is there? As you can see, we can speed up the battles a little bit. Let's assume to the arrows on the top, and we can also auto battle, as you can see right now. Auto battling is a very nice mechanic in this game because when we auto battle, they will always do the last action they did. If they didn't do an action before, they will just normally attack.
That was a good
Intro battle done. As we said, we wanted to close the first incentive already for the Black Choco Chick, because actually that's gonna be the next encounter. So, the white-haired lady over there is our goddess, and we're done with the prologue. On we go to Chapter 1, the Land of the Lilican. As you can see, we're small now we're big again. We can change our sizes, which is part of the game. We mainly fight in this game by stacking monsters that we catch on top of each other and us somewhere in between. Monsters can appear in 3 sizes, in large, medium, and small. We can stack over these sizes, 1 of each, and we can control if our characters are belonging to the large or to the medium, depending if we have them in big or in small. And here we have our capture tutorial. And I know the incentive said a Black Choco Chick, but this actually will be our Black Choco Chick. Currently it's yellow, but we'll just throw it in a pot of paint later on. And then it's gonna be fine. Because apparently throwing it in a cup with black paint makes it actually faster.
That ought to do it.
So, Araya, did that change or is that still there?
That is still currently winning, yes. So A-R-I-A.
Well then, we have our cute little Choco baby.
Welcome to the party.
Next thing we introduce, dialogue skip. Sometimes our characters just run around having a nice little talk. The problem with these talks is if we hit a cutscene trigger with this, we just get a little speech bubble above our head, can't move and have to wait till the cutscene has ended. Luckily, by either opening the map or the menu, we can skip dialogue boxes up to the very last one, because the very last one isn't skippable. This right here is the Mirage board. Every of our monsters, called the Mirages, has a Mirage board that allows them to progress, learn new abilities, etc, etc. And we're just required a little bit because we're looking for a Luster Leaf. We don't know where it is, but Araya knows where it is. It's in this bush. Thanks for that. And now we give that to the Gimme Golem. They really like to say gimme gimme, block our way, and request items that we find somewhere around them.
Huh? We found something.
And yeah. That's basically it for the basic mechanics. 2, 3, and 4.
Wait. Now, that's weird.
This over here is a Mirage box. In there live, as the name might say already, live Mirages. The thing is, we don't know what Mirages, we don't know what level until we touch them. So we just touch them, and in it is a behemoth. I mean, how hard can a behemoth be to beat? Let's just beat them. That's auto battle and done. Alright, or maybe not. This is actually the scripted death to show off the death system in this game. If we die, actually, our little fox friend Tama can teleport us back home. But there are areas where these powers will not be around. Mostly around boss battles, and when we die in those, we actually get the game over. Which would be bad, because this game does not have autosave. So, basically a game over literally is a run over in most cases.
So hey.
We're gonna do a few safety saves in front of fights that actually are dangerous. So that hopefully does not happen. We learn we get to know Thomas' friend Seraphy, who is a sylph. She doesn't want to come with us, she has other work to do, but she gives us one of her tribe to travel along with us. And yeah, that's basically all of the prologue done, a bit of the entry story stuff. We're back here.
That certainly cost us a chunk of
Lost a
time.
chunk of time.
And whose fault is that?
We will have 2 more battles. The first one is scripted, is always going to be 1 moo. With a few tutorial boxes. Now we will get 1 more random encounter, which can be a single moo, a double moo, a single choco trick, or a double choco trick. Personally said, the less the better, because, of course, less enemies means less attacks needed to defeat them. But 2 choco tricks also isn't too bad. Because choco tricks often drop good items. That's double Mudo. We had a miss, which is unfortunate.
We did it.
Do we get a potion? No. Okay, no extra drops. Money route is a bit tight in this run. Unless we get some good random drops. And now I'm gonna leave you alone for 3 minutes to enjoy the beautiful intro cutscene and some nice music. 3 minutes of unskippable cutscene and a very RNG heavy game right at the start. What else could you wish for?
Maybe the perfect time for me to butt in.
Gladly do.
Just want to start off by correcting myself. That 20 euros was not anonymous. It was actually from Sir Hill, who has also donated for all the other names, so donating 80 euros in total. So yeah, shout out to Sir Hill for that. Thank you very much for that donation.
Always great to see if my runs bring in a bit of money for a great cause. The more the merrier, of course. So yeah, we got a little bit of intel, the castle of our biggest enemies, our biggest enemies. Few enemies all over the game, few enemies that we will actually catch and see often. Our friends will help us out.
Maybe you will notice someone.
Yeah, there are a lot of familiar faces in this game. So yeah, intro percent. Got a bit of intel what's gonna happen. In a cute animated style.
When are you finding the cutscene skip for this?
There is none as far as I at least know. I've heard that there is one if
Is that a town
you
over there at
run the unupdated physical version on PS4. You're able to skip it. I've heard at least someone saying that in my chat at least once. Never checked it because I only own the game for Switch and PC. But yeah, personally I do not want to skip this cutscene. So, we arrive in the next city and we immediately get attacked by the evil guys. Trying to forcefully take over the city. So, of course, as the heroes of the story, we're just going ahead and beating them up. Also, the first thing being said, next thing being said already, I've said this game has some things in common with Pokemon. As you see, the capture system, the fighting system a little bit maybe. I mean, there are no real stack battles in this game, in Pokemon, but I mean,
Woman must be important if she's
you can see the Pokemon nature of the game. As many Pokemon games do, or many Pokemon likes do, we actually have not just the in-battle important monsters, but we also will have HMs.
Funny way to build a town.
Just that HMs work a little bit different in this game, and that certain monsters can learn certain abilities on their boards. And we actually have to catch a few. Those are not in the naming incentives because we mainly just use them very early on or as HM friends. Some say another word that we don't want to say on this friendly stream. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead. We offered our help against the Bahamusian army who is currently trying to take over the city by force. But we said we're currently too weak. We're here to get stronger by finding more mirages. Is there a place with powerful mirages somewhere around? And actually there is. There is the Nether Nebula. Which is this cave right here. And we actually want to catch 2 monsters in here that will support us against the next few bosses, and will use as HM friends for the rest of the game, basically. That is a relatively good encounter because it's easily to beat. In early game, the biggest fear we have is wasting a bunch of time with encounters, because either it's so many enemies and they get so many moves in, and we just can't run away, because running away currently is random. Luckily, we will have a very fast friend later on who will guarantee us 100% runaways.
Did you know that originally dungeon referred
And
to
we
the
got
biggest
another
tower
one
in the
for
castle?
going fast,
It's what they
because
call
we are
the castle
speedrunners.
keep.
Yeah. The thing is, for the speedrun of this game, we're not looking for strong monsters, we're looking for fast monsters. Because of the way we're doing this, and this is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. So as you can see, enemies can stack up as well, and the problem is we need one of those, and in order to be able to catch them, we have to topple them. Which is why we taught the little Choco chick how to ram things. Because now I ram a few times into them, they will topple over, and we will be able to catch the copper gnome. Which we will need. As HM friend, as I said before, let's finish them off real quick, because we got the abilities to.
We did it.
So that's one of the 2 that we need. Potion and antidote drops, very nice. So welcome to the party, our little copper gnome.
Why is that?
So, for this
The
game,
more upset
you
she
need
gets, the more
to
she tries
achieve some special things, like healing up the enemy to be able to catch it.
Yeah, every enemy has a different catch condition. Some are just hit me really hard or hit me a few times. Others are more complicated, like inflict a status effect on me or kill everything else besides me. Which will actually be the incentive for, or the second enemy that we will need. The problem with the second enemy we need actually is, though, that it's the most rare enemy in this cave. Which often leads in early game resets, because you just have to run around in circles, have to grind it out. We will have one more scripted battle, basically, because encounters are regulated over step count. So every X steps we will get an encounter. Those are small riddles where we just have to place stacks on top of them with the right element resistance and weight to open new paths. So yeah, we will have to catch one more monster, and it could be that at next encounter we will actually get it. It could be that we'll be here for another 5 minutes grinding it out. That's the little bad part. The first, like, 40 minutes of this run is very RNG heavy, because first of all you have to find the monsters you need, and then you actually have to successfully capture them, which is another story in itself.
I guess Anna Crow is trying to give you some.
Oh, let's see. Do we have what we need? That is not what we need. Unfortunate. We have to grind out a few more encounters. Or at least one more encounter. But before that, we're gonna pick up a Phoenix Down and a Earth Hammer from these chests. Earth Hammer is a very interesting item
Hey now,
that
come
I'll
on.
explain as soon as
Don't
we
look
use
that
it.
broken-hearted when you say it.
I can just say it's a very valuable item for this part of the game. And yeah, let's hope we get the encounter we need soon. It's always like the one bad part about getting into this run is just the learning curve and the how many extra encounters is good. When do you want to reset? Now, where's...
So we're looking for our friend, the little flying eyeball.
Yeah, we're just gonna run around a bit, so... Textera, if you have something to tell, you got a few minutes, probably.
Sure, I can talk about our cause. But not only us, but did you know that BSG also supports small community events as well? You can see events like the Harvest Moon Marathon, the Colin McRae-a-thon happening live on our own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/BSG_marathon. But there, we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. Due to the situation surrounding COVID-19, we're currently doing our events online for the time being. This event features streamers from both the Benelux and the rest of the world, bringing you entertainment during the lockdown. And as a final thing, maybe you can tell us about the next incentive, when it's gonna close, which name is it gonna be?
The next incentive actually is gonna close in very few minutes after the next boss, which is right around the corner. And that's gonna be the name incentive for Fenrir.
Good fight.
Okay, and currently on that incentive, Jack is winning with 20 euros. So if you want to snipe the Fenrir name, donate 21 euros and the name is yours for the entirety of the run.
So
You
yeah,
want me to talk more, or?
nah,
is
it's
it
fine.
okay?
We're done here. So yeah, the floating eye is, as I said, the rarest enemy in this cave, which sometimes makes it hard to get it, but the other difficulty actually is to capture it, because its capture words. The thing you have to do to capture it is that it has to be the last enemy on the field. The other problem with that floating eye is that it knows gaze, which causes confusion, so it actually can happen that it confuses one of my party members, that party member kills the floating eye by accident, and we have to look for another one. So, 3 familiar faces here in this cave. We have Shiva, Ramu, and Ifrit, some big Final Fantasy iconics. And we can choose one to fight, and we choose Ramu, because with the Copper Gnome and the Floating Eye, we got elemental strength in the Earth element, and this allows us to use the special attack channel element Earth. And as the God of Thunder, Ramu, of course, is weak to Earth, so we just hit him a bunch with more damage, and we already had 2 misses, 2 crits, that's so ±0. I don't like that he hit rain so much, because a death on this fight would be most unfortunate. It wouldn't be a run killer, but it could complicate things if he kills rain for the level route.
You notice the red chains in the background, so these are the areas which can game over us.
And there he goes.
Yeah.
Good amount of crits. The misses were a little bit of off-throwing. But I mean, we got it. A little unskippable cutscene. They say we lost a bunch of our power because they actually knew us from before we went into that other dimension thingy. But he actually leaves us something, and he leaves us a Prismarium of his tribe. In this case, it's Zept, aka Baby Vivi. Say hi. So yeah, as we just learn, Mirages actually can evolve if certain conditions are met. And we unlocked the evolutions on their Mirage boards. The other thing, though, is they can't just evolve, they can also unevolve. So, unlike a Pokemon where if your Pokemon evolves, it's stuck in this form, you can back and forth it in this game as you like. And I always want to skip on the chapter transitions. A little rusty here. So yeah, we come back, and the Bahamutian army, who are the bad guys, set up camp in front of the town. So we're here to go and kick some Baha butt, in the words of Lon. So we agreed to do a little flanking. The army of Cornelia will distract the troops while we try and find
Where's
and
the goblin?
end their commander. Also, yes, I said after the last boss we closed the incentive for Fenrir. So in case that just didn't happen, I'm just saying it again because the capture is gonna happen in a little bit. So we're gonna have one more thing to do. We're gonna teach our copper gnome how to throw stones and how to hit twice in one turn.
Let's hurry up and circle around and knock the goblin's paw senseless.
The wish and boosh.
And boosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's the plan. Now we're just running over there, trying to get there. On this screen, we don't really have any monsters that we'd like, but there are a few monsters that are at least easy to defeat without much time loss. Can drop a few good items. So if we find them, we kill them, just for the backup money experience that we potentially gain from that. Also because there is a chance that killing them will be faster than running away from them, because again, running away at this point... I turned off my alerts! What the? I turned off all the sounds! Sorry for that. Yeah, that threw me off, and I have no idea why. I turned the volume off of my all alerts. That is very awkward. See, I didn't get any of the monsters that I actually wanted to see here. Gonna grab that chest, and from the next screen on, we can try and catch our Fenrir, which isn't really a Fenrir at this point. But as we said, evolution and everything is possible. So we're gonna take care of that then. Let's hope that the very first encounter will be our little Fenrir. Which will happen here. And let's see if we get it right away. Very nice. So that over there are blacknecks. Little black... Okay, seriously, one thing, if anyone wants to follow me, thank very much, but please wait with that for after the event, because that would be annoying over time. And as I said, that's unintentional. I thought I muted everything. So yeah, we caught a little blackneck. We're gonna run away from the rest. And we need the name for the Fenrir.
The name for Fenrir is Jack.
Jack. Alrighty then, little Jack.
When is the next one, actually?
After the next boss.
Cool.
Where's the K? The other thing is, even though I'm running this on PC, you can't just type it in over the keyboard, which is kind of bad, but, well, I mean, we got the time, I got the incentive covered there for a reason. So yeah, next up, now that we got our little Jack, we see the general of the army being in a very not great spot. Being surrounded. And we're just gonna take care of these real quick, hopefully. Those guys are annoying, especially the ones with the shields, because they can guard their friends and buff them up, which is not exactly the things that we want to see. Also, with the double attack, it's random which two enemies will get hit by it, so it can either be they hit 2 times the same target, they hit two different ones. So that's a bit of RNG there that could cause a little back and forth. And yeah, we will have on the step count 2 more encounters. And then we're gonna have the next boss already, which will be the closing point for Velfor.
Currently, Valfor is, I mean, the name for Valfor would be Aubrey. It's winning currently with 20 euros, so if you have 21 euros to spare, you can change that name.
Got about 2 minutes, I'd say, so if you want to get that donation in, you probably should do it fast. Random runaways are bad. you go.
I mean, it's a great cause. You're not only donating for the name, but we're also raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who has dealt with mental issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go to Mind.
Good money for a good time and a great cause. What could you possibly be spending it on anywhere else? Besides, of course, from things that you need to survive. But yeah, if you have a little bit spare, every euro can make a difference. Every euro can help a person. If you're just here for the fun, I mean, no one will blame you. Alright, we used up a few potions already, so we gonna take that backup chest over here, containing 3 more of them, and then we have the next boss. Where I'm also gonna tell you how elemental items work in this game, like the Earth Hammer that we found earlier. But first, we're gonna take out the commander before we take the actual boss. And this fight only has, one thing to it. We hope they attack Lon a bunch. Because also the way experience work is every enemy we defeat drops a certain amount of experience. This experience will be shared between all our characters and monsters, with priority to the on-team monsters and with priority on the low-level monsters. See, as you just saw, I used the Earth Hammer and I dealt a whopping 1,500 damage, which is just a great amount of damage at this point of the game. I mean, you see what our normal attacks do otherwise. And that's items for you. There are 3 tiers of elemental items. The tier 1 ones deal 500 damage fixed. The tier 2 ones, like the Earth Hammer we just used, will deal 1,500. And then the tier 3 ones will deal 3,000 damage AoE, actually. Gonna use backup potion. Better safe than sorry. So yeah, what we do... Really. What we're trying to do here is we will self-destruct Lon. So we got 3 party members less that get experience. Therefore, all our other monsters and party members will get more experience. Which will put our little Arya to a level where we want to have him, her. Probably with a name like Araya, it's probably a her in this position. But we do not want to assume.
Now would be a good time to stock up on items.
So yeah, the thing is, just as I said, we can evolve our monsters, but some have special conditions that we need to get till we can activate them. Some is just to reach a certain level. For some, we need items called mementos. And here's our black Choco Chick. If we catch that black Choco Chick, we will get a black Choco Chick momentum. His catch condition is he wants to be healed, so we throw a few potions on him to have a higher chance on capturing him. And yeah, as soon as we get that memento, we can transform our yellow Choco Chick into a black Choco Chick. But why would you catch the yellow one if you gotta catch a black one anyway, someone might ask. Well, good question. The thing is, even if we're level 100 with everyone, whenever we catch a new monster, it will always be level 1. So, and the yellow Choco Chick is a required catch for the story, because it's the catching tutorial monster. So, by now, our yellow Choco Chick, or Araya, is level 7. While the black Choco Chick that we just caught is only level 1. So you can see the difference there. And with level 7, we do have enough ability points to take on a few changes. First of all, we're gonna throw out everyone we don't need. We're just gonna be the level 1 Chick and Tama. Then we're gonna turn the yellow into a black one by throwing it in a bucket of paint. and we get abilities. We allow him to ram, we allow him to run after us, we allow him to get haste whenever he unstacks, and we allow them to flee. Flee is the ability I was talking about earlier. With that we get a 100% guaranteed runaway. And Jack we're gonna give a little bit of speed and a few more abilities. And then we're gonna go stack up. Jack comes on Lawn's head. And Araya is already still on Rain's head. So by now we have a monster that will guarantee us, so if the Rain stack is going to run away, it will be 100% successful. So we defended the town. Now they want to form an alliance with the neighbor town Soronia, who also are currently fighting the Bahamuthians who don't want to join their forces, because the way those guys work is either you join them freely or you'll have to join them by force.
Don't forget that you can use the gates to return to Ninewood Hills and take a time out.
I mean, they're the evil guys. They at least give you a chance, but yeah. Also, yeah, as I said, naming incentive for Velfor is closed. We're gonna catch him any second now. Him, her. Velfor probably more of her. And that's the first encounter, but it's a bad one. You do not like to see cockatrice on a stack. Do not like to see that. Gonna potion you.
Okay, the incentive is now closed, and yeah, the winner is Aubrey.
Hit him. Ah, come on, don't dodge me. Hit him once. Hit him twice. Catch him. Oh, he can't catch him. Because he got a status effect. And you will catch him. Her. Whatever. And run. The earlier the better it is for the catch of the cockatrice, but to be completely honest, that's probably the earliest I got it before. So yeah, this is gonna be our Velfor later. What was the name again?
Aubrey.
Aubrey. A-L-B-R-E.
No. A-U-B-R-E-Y.
A-U-B-R-E-Y. Oh, Aubrey, I get it.
Yes.
Alrighty, Aubrey. Off to battle we go. With that, we only have one monster left to catch for fighting, but this will not happen for a while. This will take about another 50 minutes. So, plenty of time to still get a name change in there.
Does it?
Exactly. Since currently the name is winning Ange or Ange. I'm not sure how I should pronounce that. It's winning with 20 euros currently.
Maybe to give some people an inspiration if they would want to donate anyway during this run, and maybe even a little bigger amount. Just to say, our little searcher is a mechanical floating eyeball. Just want to point that out. So maybe that inspires you to a name. If you want to donate anyways, you still got about 50 minutes for that.
Maybe something else that can inspire you is that, you know, you can consider using your monthly Twitch Prime subscription as well on this ESA channel. And you get access to all the ESA emotes as well as the BSG emotes. And you get to support both events. As well as supporting Mind, of course. Which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent the mental health issues. And to support everyone who has dealt with mental issues themselves or within their family. And all your donations will go to Mind. So if you get those 21 euros in for the name incentive, that donation will go fully towards Mind.
Oh, come on. It's not that simple.
So we're about to see two very familiar faces actually. just after the next zone crossing, where I'm going to introduce you to another mechanic. So, as you see, we're currently big and stacked up, which of course makes us a little bit slow at some point. So, if we now make ourselves small, we will have less health, but we also will have higher evasion. And say hi to Yuna. And with the higher evasion, Yuna and Velfor won't be able to hurt us that much, so we can easily win this fight. Wait, something's going wrong here. It's a joke! This fight is actually, you can win it, but you don't have to. Like, if you lose, it won't do anything. So, we just unstack so we have less health so they can finish us off in one hit. And we move on. So yeah, bye Yuna.
What's up, sis?
Actually, in the cutscene we just found out that that was not Yuna actually, but just a projection of her. And if you look around, you may be seeing some weird light bulbs floating around here all over the place. Final Fantasy X players will know what I'm talking about.
Freezing my butt off out here.
So yeah, ice area!
No,
We're
please.
cold! Into the inn! Where we're gonna meet a few more familiar faces. Like Charlotta over there. And also, she's gonna give us a magic warmer thingy. With a promise, because Saronia is right around the corner, and Raphia is stuck in the inn, but she wants to go home to Saronia,
I think we'll be able to
so
find
she
this
gives
one.
us the magic warmer thingy, but therefore we're supposed to escort Raphia there. So, hi Raphia, Chibi Raphia. To be completely honest, Raphia is a bit annoying in terms for the speedrun.
Icicles have formed a
Because
bridge
she
between
can just heal you after every few encounters. Which is mostly gonna happen at least once. And that mostly on a point where we don't even need healing anymore because we just got auto-healed.
close to us, Raphia.
But yeah, we say stay close to us, Raphia, but then we're gonna ditch her because we're gonna go home first. Gonna get a few more cutscenes. A random door has just appeared in Ninewood Hills, our hometown. Maybe it's the door to darkness. Nah, jokes aside, this is no Kingdom Hearts game. Although, I think Sora actually came in with the DLC as a summonable character. So yeah, the girls' tea room, not very important for now. We're gonna head to the North Promenade and immediately get teleported further to the Colosseum, which is ran by Tomberries. Also a place that's not gonna be important for a while. And also, with the cutscene with Seraphi before, we got the ability to teleport around. Yay, teleport! Say hi to Chocolate again. Definitely not Chocoboko. Definitely not a Chocoboko Lina ripoff from Final Fantasy 13. We gonna buy. God damn it! Was it 14? Was it 15? Always forget to scroll down my notes as always. 15. We're gonna buy 15 Electro Marbles, we're gonna buy 5 Bomb Fragments. We're gonna buy them singly, so the item arrangement actually is that the Electro Marbles are gonna be the first item in our inventory, and the second item will be the Bomb Fragment. Item management is a very important thing in this game, and sorting your inventory actually is worth it at most times. And here we get actually introduced to HMs,
What's the symbol?
because there's a hunk of ice in our
Did
way.
Anacro leave us a hint?
Luckily, we got a flamethrower.
This is your cue to give the sizzle ability a try.
What if we don't have a Mirage that can learn that?
Well, you won't find one in this icy place.
Well, we don't need to find one in this icy place, and we also don't need to backtrack. Because we got Jack here. Jack Sizzle. Thank you very much, Jack.
Oh, it melted. Thanks, Sizzle.
Thanks indeed. Let's keep going.
Can't have a nice puzzle without sliding. I can't have a nice dungeon without sliding puzzles. Thanks, Jack.
Looks like there's no changing directions. We'll figure it out.
So we will get an encounter here. Will it be Batman's or will it be Quattro Man's? We have some Quattro Man's. Rain's gonna hit him. That was a very unnecessary crit, because that actually does not play out in our favor. That's okay.
Well, that ought to
Kill
do it.
these for the experience. And as we have maybe noticed, we got Jack, who is a black neck, and this cave is saddled with powerful mirages, which are a tribe of white necks, which are, as you might have guessed, due to the place they live in, weak to fire, so easy enough. Also, they give a good chunk of experience.
No trouble at all.
And with these experience, we gonna do things. We now got levels for Aubrey to teach Aubrey also how to use HM Sizzle and to cast the spell Fire, which of course is very, very useful in a place like this. So the floating guy we gonna set on the bench and get Aubrey in. Also we wanna pack Jack on the small land for later already.
Can't seem to imprison them.
Because as I said, experience is a thing. When you kill an enemy, you get experience from it. This experience will be split up between all party members, no matter if they're in battle or on the bench. The thing is just the ones in battle get a little bit more than the ones on the bench, and the low level ones will get a bit more than the high level ones. So if we, if for one of the upcoming battles we want to make Lon small, so he only has one monster on top of him instead of two, which will cause our Blackneck or Jack to get more experience in that battle. More sliding puzzles. Yay. Actually, I'm a little bit concerned right now, because that encounter was a bit early. I'm definitely off of step route. Could be that we get a random... Yeah, that's unfortunate. We get a random encounter here 2 steps before a scripted encounter that would reset our encounter value, which is very unfortunate. More white necks. Good thing we brought a fire equipment. And as you can see, they actually do not perish like others, they just run away. And actually, if we would try to imprison them, they also would just break out, because they are currently unimprisonable. And they just run away whenever they get beaten. We got more gimme golems. This one wants a squishy sparkly, which we found in chest a little bit earlier. Have your squishy sparkly and more sliding. Whee! Oops, alright, one big sliding puzzle and we come up to the next boss, who will actually be a showcase. But before, do I get to teleport? Nope, no teleport. Our little black choco chick found an item. We pick it up for a money route. It can happen if you're in the right position that he just won't walk over there, that he actually will teleport over there. Saves a little bit of time. More sizzle! Now Aubrey's turn to burn things. Left, down, left, up, right, up, right, up. And yeah, we have the next boss battle incoming, who will give us another memento for defeating it.
leader of the pack.
Gonna heal up a bit and say hello to Fenrir. To Grant Fenrir, to be precise. He's a bit annoying because he got 4 white necks with him. And we actually do want to do a self-destruct strat here again because Jack needs way more experience right now. So we hope all the enemy's attacks go more on Rain than on Jack. We're gonna kill 3 of his 4 friends and then we're gonna start throwing bomb fragments at himself. I do not like this one bit. Yeah, we need exactly those 5 bomb fragments. And as I said, items in this game work. They do fixed damage. They ignore the physical and magical defense of an enemy. The only thing that it's influenced by is by some status effects and by elemental weakness. So that was a tier 2. And that was a tier 1 item that we bought for 500 gil, dealing 500 damage. But since he is 50% weak to fire, it just dealt 750 instead of just 500. And the last one goes down.
Well, that ought to do it.
And that's Fenrir. And I gotta say, I'm a little bit concerned right
That
now.
was fun.
Looking over to my splits a bit.
Refia, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine.
Because I'm actively losing time right now. I'm losing a minute each split, which I do not like.
It's gotta be loading times, right?
Wouldn't bet on it. I had some pretty bad fights. Extra encounters that normally I would just skip by a better movement. So now we act. Yeah, as I just said. Normally that encounter also does not happen anymore. But my movement is off today, it seems. Thanks, Refia. Thanks, Refia, for that useless heal. Alright, off we go. We're gonna make Lawn small. Because as I said earlier now, he only has 1 monster stacked with him, so all of our party members will get a little bit more of experience. And we reach Saronia.
Since it's our first time here,
Talking around, and we actually found out that that the city actually joined the Bahamutian Federation.
I know.
Which is a little bit of throwing because we are here to form an alliance against them. We're here as diplomats for the other kingdom. But we're like, okay, let's still go see their emperor. Or their king, or whatever it was. Landlord. Who is also actually Refia's uncle. But it turns out it's not her uncle anymore, because he was possessed by a soldier of the Bahamutian army. Ooh, there is one rule for this fight. Jack is not allowed to die here. Else we just throw a few items on him. Alright, he didn't kill Jack in the end. Good. There we go. That's that. We defeated him, now one of the main bad guys comes, but Charlotta also shows up again and saves us. We get a few items and we can progress. We're gonna go over to Chapter 8, which has one of the biggest menus in the game, so I'm gonna be quiet for a moment in a little bit, so just saying already, Tax, if you have anything you would like to read out, may it be donations or may it should it just be some information about the event, feel free to
Sure.
start.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, you can stay updated with our events by following us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle BSG Marathon. Get a behind-the-scenes look of the event and stay up to date with the latest news on our marathons, events, and more. We are also in the process of uploading all our VODs to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BSG Marathon. Be sure to check it out and subscribe to find one new video per day in your feed. And for the Dutch-speaking viewers among us, that are mostly still sleeping, I think, at this point, starting on the 30th of November, Mind presents a week-long of experts giving you tips and advice about motivation, handling of stress, and loneliness in these tough COVID-19 times. You're also able to ask questions of your own. Registration, it's a hard word, is free. Check them out with the link posted in the chat. Do you want me to go on?
I mean, I should probably tell a little bit of what I'm doing here, so I think that's good. So as you just saw, I throw Jack into a white can of paint, and then gave him a growth. Although, actually, I didn't give him a growth now. I taught our little baby Vivi enhanced thunder, because the next boss we're gonna fight has a weakness to thunder, so we wanna abuse that. And grow. So yeah, that's one of the bigger menus. Now we just gonna set up. We're gonna actually set Araya on Lancet and let him ride on Jack, and you gonna get zapped and the floating eye for extra magic and the thunder. And we actually taught Jack a little trick. We taught him how to ride on him, which is just gonna be a massive improvement of our movement speed. And yeah, this is a very interesting harbor where people very interestingly move around.
It's a perfect.
Shooting themselves out of a cannon.
I mean, naturally, what else should they do? Build bridges? That would be stupid.
Naturally.
So yeah, the other thing is, as I said, encounters are based on step count. The thing is, when we ride on Fenrir, we actually do bigger steps in the same amount of time, which means just by riding on him all the time, we actually have a lower encounter rate, which is great. Also, just to say, there are different monsters you can ride on in this game. But not all are equally fast. Fenrir is actually one of the earliest you can get, and also one of the fastest you can ride on, so double points made. And just to say also, Fenrir is a fast boy. Not just in here, but also in battle. So Jack will literally carry us through the rest of the run. Doing a lot of hiccups today. Not that great. So yeah, we're progressing through the harbor, because the thing is, we heard something about a prophecy. A prophecy about us collecting 4 keys. But the locals couldn't tell us more about that. And they only knew about a place called the Low Seas, where the first of those keys is supposed to be. So we're looking for a ship that brings us to the Low Seas, but all the locals were like, "You want to go to the Low Seas with my ship? Are you crazy?" As if I would give my ship to you guys for that. But luckily then we heard there are currently pirates in the harbor, repairing their ship. And we're just like, yeah, come on, I mean, they're pirates, they're bad guys, let's go and steal their ship, because we need a ship. So we're on our way to that pirate ship, which is the ship just in the background right now. Problem is, between us and that ship is another gimme golem. So we need another key item that he wants to see. So we have to play around with the water levels a bit again, shooting through the cannons a few more times to get that item, and then we go over to that ship. One thing about that ship that I can already say, to maybe tell you, that sounds familiar, is that the main pirates on that ship are Mughals, besides their captain. That maybe give you a few hints already. If not, you'll see in a minute. Shooting all the way back. Setting the waters low again so we can pass. More water riddles. Bling, bling, bling. Water be gone. I control the tides.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, also said, the battle music might sound a bit familiar to us. Yes, that is a Sephiroth remix. With a DLC update that came out, we actually have 2 summons actually already. In the form of Balfir from FF12 and Sephiroth. Sadly, the use of those in the run is banned because I don't know really why. The community behind this game is not the biggest, and they don't care about many things. So even though I think it was part of a free update, not of the DLC itself, so everyone has access to it, they just said nope, not gonna allow that. But we're allowed to have their music running. Alright, we got the Mughal pirates, which are weak to thunder, so we're gonna thunder them and throw marbles at them. We hope they won't use their special attacks, which is exactly this one, because this attack is very slow. Two water harmonies. I mean, I had worse fights already. Get a few Phoenix Downs. So, we beat the pirates! Yay! The ship is ours! But then the captain and her giant sea dragon friend show up. Come at me, Ferris! I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It's just a gigantic sea snake. Why are you normal attack? Hate it when you normal attack. Yeah, we got wrecked again. Because Ferris does not like having her ship be stolen. The other thing is, now that we explain the situation though, the Bahamut guy shows up again, who came running after us. He will use a certain attack in his third turn, so we just wait till his third turn before we're gonna end him. Also, actually, no. After the third turn, Ferris is just like, get out of my ship, you evil dude! And kicks him off board. We could, in theory, kill him within the 3 turns, but that would cost a lot of money. So we still need a ship. Ferris won't give her hers. But the thing is, Quistis shows up and says she had a present for the leader of this nation, but since he turned evil and possessed all, she gives us the ship to ride to the low seas, and we got a lot of dialogue to skip. Eight, 9, 10, 11. The ship might seem a bit familiar also, yeah, that was FF8 Quistis for those who were not really getting that.
Also in this conversation,
Yeah, me too.
we get told there is a secret organization called the League of S.
Where,
Which-
yeah, the resistance force against the Bahamutian army. So, turns out the low seas are the low seas because they're only accessible via a few waterfalls. The ship got destroyed, we got stranded, but we survived at least. Gonna switch in Aubrey again for more experience. And we have some sneeze-stakes bullying of tiny little baby adamantoids. Because we're all friends here, we can't accept bullying. So what we do with bully, we shock them to death. Just in this case, of course. Never shock a bully to death, please. Let's see if we get some good drops. That's 1 dragon scale. That's 1,000 gil saved. Very nice rare drop to get there. So yeah, we help the Adamantoids, and then Daddy shows up. Or Grandpa in that case, rather. And he offers us a ride.
Now, off we go.
This section is a bit tricky, because these sharks are way too high level for us.
Over there.
So if we touch them,
It won the bid.
that starts a battle. Too early. That starts a battle and they're just way too OP.
Please don't.
Skip a little bit of dialogue because we got a blind passenger jumping up here. Which is Riku. The 10-2 version of Riku. Out on treasure hunt, she lost her ship.
Oh, shall we be
And I just did a
on
skip.
Off we go.
If you hold the fast forward button from conversations, normally that does not affect the game if you join back into the game after cutscene. In this case
Which
though,
way do we go from here?
in the half a second that the fast forward still works, the sharks move faster as you've seen and allows an easy cycle where we can just breeze through everything with ease without having to dodge too much. We just have to go straight all the time, maybe a little bit left and right a bit, but yeah, that's basically it. That's that section. Easy cycle is glorious. And we reach the next area.
Oh?
No, what isn't?
So yeah, coming up is actually one of my favorite areas because, in my opinion, one of the best tracks this game has to offer. Gonna jump off,
Right.
and we're gonna grab this chest,
Well, first, why don't we look
and
around
we're
town?
gonna head to the next area. But before we enter the next area, really,
Garage door to go-
oops, more shopping. What am I saying? Travel, yes. Because we just unlocked tier 2 items in the shop. Tier 2 items cost 1,000 gil each and will deal 1,500 damage. Which is great to have. We're gonna sell everything except fish scales and phoenix downs. The dragon scales, of course, also because we buy those and it would be stupid to sell them. We're gonna buy 14 lightning marbles. We're gonna buy 20 dragon scales, make that 19 because we already have one. We're gonna buy 6 more fish scales, 3 solids, 4 normal fridge side. Money is okay. Sorting the inventory a little bit. Actually, no, that way around. And back to the dragon scores. Great area, great soundtrack. Unfortunately, one of the worst bosses in the game, though. Good part is he does not actually have one of these areas where if we die in them, it's game over, so I don't need to safety save
Paths here are treacherous.
in case he kills me.
Man, I wish I was as strong as a dragon. I'd be all like,
Whoa!
Oh yeah, also please update every Wikipedia. Dragon roars sound like cats. Shocking. Gotta love Lund's stupidity at some points.
useless.
Yeah, we're just
So
skipping
tell us,
everything
could you tell us
here,
more
picking
about
only
exploiting
up one or two
resistances?
chests.
Kaboom!
Would you stop?
So yeah, here we have another gimme golem, and the item that we need for him is guarded behind that boss.
What?
All
The
the boss
elemental
fight in the
resistance
game.
stuff?
But before that, we will have sunny dragons, son and daughter dragons, which are gonna go down relatively quickly, as you can see. With their own weakness of water, we deal over 2,000 damage at this point. I think our physicals would still be around 100, 200, 300 damage at this point. Compared to that, it's easy to access these items, and they're way too OP for most of the game. Especially because they, as I said, they ignore all armor that an enemy has. So yeah, hardest boss of the game. Gotta focus for a moment, hope that I don't mess it up. Say hi to Cerberus. This fight is so intense. And as I said, we have to fight him because the treasure chest behind him contains the item that we need. Boy, please don't die. Okay, that was a close one, but we made it. Hardest boss of the game done.
That much is the obvious.
Yeah, it's a little weird how they programmed this game. Overworld encounters, if you run into them and then run away, they get some iframes for a moment where you can just simply walk through them. Which is very funny. Normally at this point, actually, Cerberus is a really hard fight to deal with. Relatively easy to catch him if you prep for catching him though, because all you need to do is deal damage of 3 different elements and then you can catch him. Fairly easy. Also with Cerberus they introduced another mechanic because there is a 4th size for for monsters. There is also the XL size. And XL size monsters actually work like summons. You have to use all your magic points to summon them, and then they're just every move they do cost magic points again, and yeah. So we just killed the son and daughter dragons. Now Mama Dragon is pretty mad at us, so say hi to Mama Dragon, who we have to kill in a certain order of items, else we get obliterated by a special attack. But there goes Mama Dragon. The problem is, where Mama Dragon is, Papa Dragon isn't far, so Papa Dragon attacks us next. Luckily, Tifa jumps in and just yeets him into space
I guess she's a champion.
and invites us to her home city of Nibelheim. So we're heading to Nibelheim next.
Said her town was north of here, didn't she?
Just gonna make a quick stop here in Nibelheim.
I think I can act.
Except, never mind, that wasn't Nibelheim. Could that? No, that's Midgard. That's Midgard.
Yeah, that's where Tifa lives.
Actually, no, it's Nibelheim. Say hi to Nibelheim. Big upgrade. The city really got us upgrade. So in Nibelheim, we talk more about the prophecies, and Tifa introduces us to Rydia, who will help us find the first keys of the prophecy, which is located in Valley 7 of the volcanic areas around this city.
Valley 7.
So off to Valley 7. The other thing is Rydia will help us through this area But, I mean, it's a volcanic area. And everyone who played FF4 should know what happened to Rydia and how she feels about fire and all that.
Burning up.
Me too.
So, yeah.
Just think about cold things.
Gonna grab an item over here.
Just think about cold things. And then think about them. One wrong step, and we're finished.
Also, yeah, we're gonna hear some screaming because it's funny. We're gonna hear that a few more times. Get out of here.
Why are you sneezing? It's like 500 degrees in here. Why are you sneezing?
This little dialogue thing is not really required for anything. It's basically just a time loss if you open a map to keep it going, but I mean, memes are more important than good runs. So let's have her scream a few more times.
Why are you sneezing? It's like 500 degrees in here. Why are you sneezing?
And we picked up a chest earlier after Yuna containing a teleport stone. We're gonna use that now. That teleports us back to the entrance. Resets our encounter value and will allow us to pass this area without any further encounters. Because yeah, we had to go over there because we have another gimme golem here who wants a jiggle jaw, and that was all the way to the left. And all the way, walking all the way back would have cost at least 1 or 2 more encounters. There we got a prompt for the freeze HM, which we're gonna see in a bit later. And as we go over here, a gigantic firewall appears in front of us, and Rydia just freaks out and runs away.
I think she went back this way.
So, a very important thing right now is we gonna get a tutorial message here for the Smash HM. That's gonna be important later, so we don't lose a bunch of time there. And we're gonna find bombs! Rydia and bombs. Oh boy, the backstories. Why the hell are my fish scales over there? Nearly used up ethers. And we got 6 bombs, threatening Rydia. Luckily they're one-shot with fairly cheap items. We got a bomb fragment drop, which is nice. Saves me some money later. And yeah, we save her there from the bombs, and she's still all scared, but we ask her, with a summon, she probably could remove that big firewall, so what we ask of her is that she comes with us, tries to remove the firewall, and then leaves this place, because, yeah, she's not very happy in here. Well, that's exactly what we do. Now we're gonna go and grab our first key.
Let's press on, Lon.
Right. We've got a key to find.
Best of the luck on your adventure.
Tama tries to talk herself out of this place, but
coming
nope,
too, Tama. Nice
she's
try.
coming too. Nice try.
I really don't know about this place.
Let's see if I can get the encounter skip.
Can't we give up now? Technically, we can, but let's get this over with.
By now, this encounter skip is fairly easy for me. Alright! We found the key, but with the key came a king bomb. And we all know what bombs do. Lon got hit. Okay, so Lon is the item holder in this one. Gonna defend with Rain. We're gonna finish the job with Lon, and he's gonna explode.
Well, that ought to do it.
That explosion is really, really mean. But yeah, we've got the key, and now that we got the key, we actually gonna get flushed out. Like, literally just a gigantic tidal wave will show up and flush us out of this place. And down into some swamps.
For start. Maybe we shouldn't go this way after all.
And here in the swamps, we will find a little froggy. That little froggy tells us, actually, that he's not a froggy, that he was just cursed by that froggy over here. So what we do with froggies that curse other persons, we hit them with a hammer. Because we need to hit them with earth damage, and we're gonna capture them. And force them to remove that
Yeah.
curse. It's my lucky day, I got a lucky toad. So yeah, the toad will lift the curse of the other toad, and it actually turns out that other toad is Snowvilliers. We're entering the Final Fantasy XIII part of this game, and Snow of course has Shiva with him. Which is great, because the swamp isn't exactly a great place to pass through. But he and Shiva will just open up our way. So we never need to get someone with the freeze ability. So yeah, Snow here is in the swamp because he wants to stop Big Jiggle, a jelly monster that grows over time but can never be completely defeated, but he comes here every now and then to punch him so he gets small again and don't threaten the people around him. So we're gonna go beat up Big Jiggle with him. Might sound a little bit familiar to you guys, if you played the 13 games. So yeah, say hi to Big Jiggle. Easy fight, he's weak to lightning, we throw a few marbles, he dies, done. Or rather, he shrinks. One more hit. And there we go, Big Jiggle down. And he leaves us. So, next area. What would be the best area to place right next to a swamp? How about a desert? Makes perfect sense to put a desert right next to a swamp, right? I mean, the developers thought so, so welcome to the desert. And this desert has actually one of the most annoying areas attached to it that I do not look forward to go through. But that's later. For now, desert. Also scrolling down my notes already. Chapter 14, because I need that in a bit. Only really a few parts where I still need the notes for. So we find a caravan, they tell us about a place in the desert, because all we know by now is that, and they tell us that there is supposedly one of the keys that we need somewhere in the desert. So we go look for it. 'Cause what else would we do? If we heard a prophecy that tells about us collecting 4 keys, we got nothing better to do, so we do that. We only got the first.
Despite the harsh desert climate, mirages here are full of life.
When did we step into a documentary?
A docu what now? So yeah, little desert riddle. Worst encounter to get in this area because it's slow.
Feel free to tell me when there is time. to call out some stuff, by the way?
Yeah, so short explanation about this place. It's a little riddle area where you can, where you have to choose if you want to go left, right, or middle. The path is always the same. The edges could just connect to a few areas with items, and that's basically everything there is to this area, and feel free to text.
Cool. Well, we want to thank ESA for supporting the event and for allowing us to stream on their channel. For information about their upcoming events and any changes due to the COVID-19 outbreak, be sure to check out esamarathon.com. And if you're from the UK and would like to attend an event similar to BSG, we highly recommend checking out UKSG. UKSG is an event in Glasgow running 4 times a year for young minds. Also, I would like to remind you that in a couple runs from now, there is still an incentive open for the Witness Any Percent, which is for the challenge time trial run. That still has 90 euros to go to get that extra run in. And of course, the Search Your Name, which is upcoming in about like 30 minutes, I would say.
No, actually,
Or-
right about now. The boss of this
Okay.
area is the closing point for that incentive.
Great. So currently Ange is winning with 20 euros. So if you want to change that name, it's coming up soon. We need at least 21 euros though. But you're not only donating for the name, you're also putting 21 euros towards Mind, which is a great organization. And right, back over to you now.
Yeah, we just had a few funny voice lines, like, we hear a creepy noise all the time, and Lon just noticed that it's getting the opposite of not less quieter, which he is totally right about. And we reach the heart of the desert and get ambushed by sandworms, which have a very nasty attack that I hope they don't use. That I only recently actually found out at the start of the month when I did this run for Questing for Glory, and they're doing it again. I don't know what's up with these guys. I never seen them do this attack, and I shouldn't have used the Mega Phoenix. This could be bad. I've never seen them use this attack in ever. Then started the month as I did this for Questing for Glory. I saw them use this attack for the very first time, and since then, every run they at least used it once on me, which is very bad because it's always an instant death because it's very powerful. At least drop good items, and yeah, as I said just now, I'd like to close off the Searcher Name incentive right now, because that's gonna happen in only a few minutes.
Sure thing.
So yeah, we get rescued from the more sandworms showing up by lightning. There is a woman in this camp telling us the legend about the keys, so now we know where all the keys are. The next key is in a place overflown in Mako energy. And we actually get poisoned by or drugged by the same lady with some sleep stuff. And for this part, I didn't give him much credit by now, but I'm gonna leave my commentator, Rabbit, to do this section, because this is one of the first sections where I really need to focus, because I always mess up here. So, Rabbit, feel free to take the word.
Yeah, of course. So, we got captured by the Kingdom of Figaro here. Yeah. And imprisoned. So, we lost all of our powers. They took our mirages, and yeah. We're in this prison now, which is guarded by machines.
I mean, they took our powers, but we're still strong enough to beat them.
Right.
They're never gonna suppress us.
So what should happen? I mean, yeah, we are imprisoned, but they don't kill us, right?
Actually, they do.
Yeah.
Luckily for us, it's a scripted death, and a certain someone shows up to rescue us. And actually helps us imprison them.
So we meet Squall here, and he teaches us how to imprison these machines.
We fight against the
I know who you
Who wants to go to a snowy landscape and destroy a city with me? I got a Magitech armor.
Right. So we now have access to the Elder Boxes. the Elder Boxes allows us to capture machines. They are like Pokeballs, so we can't just imprison them like other Mirages. So we need a Elder Box to imprison these machines.
Okay. This capture is always a bit frightening because Searcher is definitely capable of killing us if we get bad luck. So the name, please, again.
Ange, A-N-G-E.
Welcome to the party.
That's right.
So yeah,
She's an officer, in
capturing
fact.
Searcher allows us to
Wow,
use
I didn't know
the
she was a
ability
big
or
shot.
the HM
So
Zap,
why are you here helping us out like this? I don't suppose
which we
it's
need to open some doors
make up
here,
for the waterfall.
Sorry.
and we
but I don't
will
think she ever
navigate
mentioned a waterfall.
through the
Where's
rest of the
Edgar?
prison, avoiding the other searchers.
What? That creep?
And the Squall also told us, so we are part
You've seen
of
the
the
anchor
League of
that's
S
latched
now,
onto the desert
formally,
castle. Edgar's killer.
and it was planned to get some
In
Mako
order to
energy
break loose
stored
from it, we'll need the
in the
Mako
lower
energy,
levels of the
which
prison
lies dormant
to
beneath this
break
facility.
loose from the
Are you
Bahamutian
sure
army.
that this Mako energy is that?
Yeah, trust me.
So wait, you mean
Yep. This isn't a coincidence. Edgar sent you here as part of the operation to perform a
Whoa,
You
whoa, whoa, whoa.
can't see
Why didn't you just
us.
ask us?
figure out. Also, Edgar knew the
Bad
Federation
scanners.
doesn't do nice things to its prisoners. Apparently, the real thorns in their side are kept.
life and death? Sounds like what that freak in the golden map.
So yeah, as we
So, like,
progress through
what's
the
this
prison to reach the
Our
Mako
target,
reactor,
Mako Reactor Zero. It's swarming with all kinds of
we
dangerous
will
mirages.
tiptoe another
Well, that
machine
makes
on the
sense then.
toes.
Right. We were hoping that you two would be able to keep the mirages at bay. Except,
Which
it
is
looks like your
called the
powers have
death
been
machine.
suppressed.
Well, we don't really know. I mean, but they're useless now, I'm afraid.
Oops. So does. If we have to do this,
Alright, Master Town's Coast. Oops. Hehe.
ah,
Operations in motion. Use the L boxes. You know. Things you can remove. Yeah. It's possible, but I can't promise you.
now, enough talking. Let's press on.
So yeah, we reached the end of the prison area, which I still find hard to navigate in, even though it's not that hard actually, and we fight a death mech! Oh, but we didn't actually equip our friends, or have anything. Oh, let's just use our items then. Because yeah, even though we were imprisoned, they definitely did not took away our items. Because why would they? It's not like we have any powerful items that can one-shot enemies. Or do we? So yeah, easy point here. Enemy defeated. Autosave acquired. Next save acquired. And chapter 15. We gonna go into the Mako reactor, and we have a guest there. Say hello and goodbye. So yeah, Shulk is here to rescue the day. Because he removes the suppressors that were put upon us, so we got our mirages back. Woo! So we're gonna ditch the machines in a second when we get to the next part. We're just gonna grab these here. Those are lightning spellstones. Those are the tier 3 elemental items, which deal 3000 damage AoE on all monsters that we
Watch yourself.
that are on the field.
This area is full of mirages.
And the biggest menu of the game incoming. So I'ma focus a bit. We take Araya back in, we take our copper gnome, we take the floating eye. If we do not want to switch out the floating eye, we take of course, Jack and Aubrey with us. We gonna get an ability from the Lucky Toad. Because there are actually equipment pieces for us called the Mirror Jewels, which we unlock one right here. Which are basically just accessories to equip on our party members, and when we equip them, they gain the ability to use certain techs or get a certain buff. So not much happening here. We can make the copper gnome become big. Because the big version is actually able to use Rock Smash, which we will need in a few places. We gonna upgrade you to actually become from a little chicken to our glorious fast bird. And you. A lot of speed. And some more speed on top. Alright, so you become big. You become big. And we're in basically our final setup. Which is gonna be Rain with Ari and Jack. No, not Jack. What am I doing here? Not Jack. You get Aubrey. And Lon with Jack and not Arya. Ainge. We will do one more upgrade to Ainge later. We will do a little bit of upgrades here and there, just for more speed, but that's basically the last big menu done. So now we're inside the Mako reactor. Wonder where Cloud is when we're already inside the Mako reactor. So yeah, we have to activate machines to activate a terminal to open doors.
Our time to shine.
And we want to get to the reactor to unleash the Mako energy to get the energy for Figaro Castle to move further on. Which will be because when a city gets either forcefully or willingly taken by the Bahamutian Empire, they get a cathedral and an anchor with a gigantic chain into their cities. We don't know what they're there for yet, and yeah, so Figaro Castle was taken by force, basically. They're under constant watch of the Empire, of the Bahamutian Empire. And they want us to break out, so they hired Squall prisoners in, so we're close to the reactor already. And because yeah, Squall obviously is part of the League of S, which is definitely what it sounds like. A parody to the Seat. And yeah, our plan is just to unleash the Mako energy in the reactor here to give Figaro power so they can free themselves from the anchor, so they can get away from the Federation or Empire, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes it's actually called both in the games. Sometimes it's the Federation, sometimes it's the Empire.
There's something strange about these mirages. I think some
So,
of them are
last
not
room.
invisible, unless you use elk boxes like the one Squalda gave you.
Huh? Say that again?
Gonna have 4 machines here. Also, you can see by the cables, you actually have to activate them in a certain order. If you don't, then everything resets. It's kind of a shame, because a few ones actually would be way faster to use in a different order, but well, that's the fastest we can go right now. So Tama is just having a thought here right now that
it's
the
forgotten.
machines are a little weird, and Tama knows something that it could be, but Tama also thinks, nah, it's impossible, it couldn't be what
At
he
least we know
thinks
how
it
to
is.
imprison them.
And so we just forget about it and move on. And yeah, as Rain will tell us a few more times, at least we know how to imprison these machines and make them fight for us. Because that's the last dialogue box again, and we will hear that a few more times.
Well, at least we know how to imprison them.
So yeah, off to one of the hardest parts of the game actually, because
Well, at least we know how to imprison
as soon as we hit the next switch,
Well, at least we know how to imprison them.
we're gonna activate something that we did not actually want to activate. We open the door, but yeah, the countdown speaks for itself. The countdown will continue throughout battles.
Rain?
And it's actually, even 15 minutes seem a lot, but for everything that we will still have to do here, this is so tight.
Trust me, this is the right way.
Casually, it's definitely, even if you don't pick up all the chests, it's definitely easy to die here if you don't have a good Mirage to ride on. And try to pick some chests up, then that's basically it, because that timer is so tight. Even now in a speedrun, where we don't pick up anything, I'm a little scared about it.
Also a nice conversation here, breaking the fourth wall again. What this number above our heads?
Alright, timer tight as always. Nearly made it, and we see a lot of black mages over there. And one is colored a bit differently. So, say hi to Vivi and the gang. Hi Vivi and the gang. We're gonna give them a little shock therapy because they're under some sort of trance and confusion. And the good part about this fight actually doesn't count. As soon as this fight is over, we will get everything that we used refunded. So that's Vivi. Trying to capture Vivi actually makes him break free again, and now he has his mind back. He doesn't remember anything, but he sees he wants to help now. And so with the help of Vivi and the Black Mages, we unleash the Mako energy, we break free from the anchor that's latched onto the castle. And Vivi actually was guarding the Key of Earth, because that was hidden on a place that's loaded with Mako energy. So, yeah, that section is done by Figaro Castle. And now, sadly, Chapter 16, Clash on Big Brick.
It's off to the west, right?
The name will already raise suspicions, probably.
Boss across 'em.
It's the worst chapter in the game. Because there's Big Bridge, and Big Bridge is big. And actually that's no bridge for a little lore background, that's a Mirage.
Whoa.
That's Alexander, another big name in the Final Fantasy
That is one big
realm. So yeah, as a big Mirage, we need someone that actually helps us talk to him. So here's Aiko, say hi. And Aiko actually controls the elevators here, so let's just swoop to the top. But sadly, Aiko gets Aiko-napped now, and the elevator stops about a quarter of the way up. So now what we have is the next 10 minutes is about just walking straight up, escaping a few encounters, meeting another familiar face, having a little bit of dialogue.
Okay, Rain.
And yeah, this section is just boring in that matter, because again, it's just 10 minutes of climbing up a bridge.
Perfect time to talk more about our cause.
In a second.
Okay.
Because the one thing that we actually do have to do is, at one stage we have to move up the right side, and then we move down, actually, we move back on the left side, because there is a chest hidden with one of the best items in the game. Another of these accessory tools that we have. And this is gonna be the stealth jewel. And a stealth jewel will lower our encounter rate. So, from the point onwards that we leave this brick, which is sadly still gigantic, we will barely see any random encounters anymore, because just with the lowered range from the mirror jewel and the higher movement speed from Fenrir, we're just too fast for the encounter rate to catch up. So we're gonna meet two more familiar faces here. Say hello to Bartz and Boko. Bartz and Boko? Clash on Big Bridge?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, then why
Yeah,
don't I
I'm
tag
just
along?
gonna leave it at that
The more the
and
merrier,
give
I
it over
say.
to you, Tex.
Sure. So we are raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who has dealt with mental issues themselves or within their family. And all of
Okay,
your
then why don't I
donations
tag
will go
along?
to Mind.
The more the
And now
merrier,
to
I
talk a
say.
bit more in detail with Mind is in every region of the world, mental disorders surpass 10% of the populations. Governments seem to lack momentum in reducing the burden of mental health problems, as only 55% have mental health awareness, and only 8% have suicide prevention plans. So organizations like Mind help raise awareness to the issue, helping us one step closer to a world where everyone gets the help they need.
Back when I was a kid,
Also, if you would like to stay updated with our
now
events, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram
Oh,
under the handle
I wonder what
BSG
happened to
Marathon,
them.
where you can get
By
a
the way,
behind
Mike,
the
what does that
scenes
happen to
look
be a
of the
summoner?
event and stay up
Me?
to date with the
No way.
latest news on our
Boko here is
marathons,
just a
events,
really
and
good
more.
friend.
We are also in the process of uploading all our VODs to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BSG Marathon. Be sure to check it out and subscribe to find one new video per day in your feed.
You know,
Feel free to keep on going if we have more.
Keep going? Alright, sure. We want to thank Veilig Reserveren for offering BSG a ticketing system for our events. Veilig Reserveren is a Dutch ticketing system offering a back-end system for a variety of the events. You can also consider using your free monthly Twitch Prime subscription right here on the ESA channel. You will get access to all the ESA emotes as well as several BSG emotes, and you get to support both the events.
You sure know some interesting people.
More?
If you have time, till we are back up here again, I have nothing to say.
Sure. So in 2 runs from now, which is the witness run, there is still a incentive open for that run, which is hold on, let me quickly grab it with me. Give me a quick second. Okay, so that incentive is called the Challenge Time Trial Run, which is basically an extra run. It is currently 110 euros out of 200, so we need 90 euros more. We have about 5-ish hours to get that, so if you want to see that extra run, be sure to donate. Obviously, there is also a incentive for the Sonic 3 run, which is where you can choose between the original and the prototype music. Currently, original is winning very easily with a comfortable 100 euros in the lead over prototype. So if you want to look at Sonic 3 with the prototype music, you will have to get quite a decent amount of money in, that's for sure.
Man, people are donating like wild these days.
Yep.
So we're gonna equip a few of our accessories here now. And we gathered by now, and back up the bridge. If you still have anything! Till we reach the top of this part again, still have nothing.
Sure, I can keep going. Did you know BSG supports small community events as well? You can see events like the Harvest Moon Marathon, the Colin McRae Marathon, happening live on our own Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/BSG_marathon. So yeah, to tell you guys who we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. Due to the situation surrounding COVID-19, we're currently doing our events online for the time being. This event features streamers from both the Benelux and the rest of the world, bringing you that entertainment during this lockdown.
Alright, that was a lot to take in right now, so basically on track again. Something is actually gonna happen again in a moment. So, yeah. This section always is a bit boring, especially if you're sitting on stream, no one is watching, you don't have anyone to talk to. This is just always the worst part of the run, in my opinion. There are a lot of linear places and areas in the game, but this is the worst. So we now have monsters blocking our way, shooting down weird symbols. If we touch one of these symbols, we're gonna get into a fight. So of course we want to skip all of that. We got these jump platforms, luckily, and we luckily have the items to kill the mandatory ones in one hit, because they are weak to lightning, and we still have our lightning spell stones for 4,500 damage.
That wasn't so bad.
So now we have to pick up a few items here for late game.
Oh,
So we have an X potion here, which completely fully heals a character, always helpful. Especially in late game when everything deals massive damage. That's just an item you'll love to have. Then a little further up, we will jump once on the second jump pad as soon as we get there.
Cross that bridge when you come to it.
Whee!
I mean, it's not like you can cross a bridge before you
Then
come
we
to it.
have some
Doesn't make any
Earth's
sense.
elemental spellstones here,
I didn't.
dealing 3,000 AoE Earth damage. I am so sorry. I don't know what I did wrong when I turned off the sound of my alerts. More lightning spellstones.
Well, that ought to do it.
Oh yeah!
And some Remedies Plus, which we will need for basically one of the last 5 fights. So, we reached nearly the end of the bridge. Yay! We got one more mandatory fight right here. We're gonna do a little bit of menuing, and then we have one of the best bosses in the game. It's not hard, it's not bad, it's just a very funny boss, a very funny character, great music. The only sad part, the fight is very, very short, so we won't have to enjoy much of it. But yeah, before we do that, we will do some more menuing, because Jack is still kind of slow. So get some agility, man.
So, such a short fight for waiting 1,000 years.
Oh yeah, that's the worst part about this. Normally you would at least get to enjoy the fight, the scenes and the music, cause yeah, it's Clash on Big Bridge, we got bards with us, of course it's Gilgamesh. Who else but Gilgamesh would have been? So yeah, enjoy the music while I kill him real quick. Not good. Somewhere my agility did not match up. Or it was just bad ATB.
Victory!
But yeah, there goes Gilgamesh. Who waited 10 years for this moment. To finally deal with Barts again.
Not 100?
There are... I want to say the first one was 10 years. There are a few side quests that involve Gilgamesh where he just adds a 0 onto every... onto that number every time.
Okay, the final dash.
Yeah! Final dash! Let's get out of this place.
Oh, come on, live a little.
Alright, we're done here. Next.
It's night.
Hey,
Let's skip all the dialogue and Happy Halloween!
train?
A little late, but Happy Halloween! Right, tickets please. And next we get to Tometown. Also, we spoke about anchors and chains. That's the best example we have.
Federation must have
Like
controlled
one of those
the
was
place.
inside of
Let's be
Figaro
careful.
Castle. And we just helped them rip it off. So, welcome to Tometown, the city controlled by, or rather taken over by, vampires. So, let's go rescue the city, slay some vampires, meet some familiar faces, say hi to Cloud.
And I guess we meet one familiar face, which is in every Final Fantasy game.
Predictable.
Not a familiar face, but a familiar name, yes. Cause now that we're in the library of Tometown, we meet up with Cloud's friends, who is Ceres, and that blue robot is the game's very own Sid. You don't hear too much from him, but yeah, there's Sid. So yeah, the Vampire Lord, or the Vampire Prime, who is basically Patient X, that we need to eradicate to make everyone go back to normal, lives in the train graveyard nearby.
Don't call it graveyard.
Oh right, it's a rail yard, sorry.
Just a look at all these choo-choos.
I'm definitely getting.
Yeah, because the thing is that we will find out still, Rain is incredibly scared of ghosts.
Now, huh?
Hey, is that a ghost? Gotcha.
Want me to turn this into a lawn graveyard?
No, Rain, please don't turn this into a lawn graveyard. We still need
Know what
him.
they call a locomotive with
By the way, hey, do you know what they call a locomotive with vampire fangs? This is why we.
I know.
This is why we had to do the tutorial, because else we would have been stuck here till the dialogue is done. And
A choo-choo train. Because it's got fangs.
thanks that too.
I think I need a pillow to cry in.
Rain, if you need a pillow to cry in, bring me one too, because this run is not going that great. Maybe it still will be. Let's see how it ends up going. We're only about the halfway point. Big RNG points, the big time saves that I still have are just coming up in the second half of the run. Smash!
This train graveyard is a really the fascinating.
Tama!
What's the wrong?
This is a rail yard, not a you-know-what yard.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, the ma'am.
No, Rain, it's a train graveyard. It's literally the name of the area. It's not the rail yard, train rail yard, it's train graveyard. Conveniently placed cranes with conveniently hold trains, which conveniently build bridges to conveniently the place we go. This area is very convenient. So yeah, we have another gimme golem in front of us. Where are we gonna need a werewheel? What's a werewheel? I guess a wheel that's been bitten by a werewolf? I don't know I would want that, but he wants a werewheel. He won't let us pass without a werewheel. So let's get him a werewheel. Gimme, gimme. Here you go, sir. One wheel. Now get out of my way. Yeah, as you can see, the stealth, as I told earlier, the stealth jewel that we just found on Big Bridge, together with the with our ride we have next to none encounters. This is the first encounter we had in this whole area. And I think it's actually going to be the only one. If I'm not messing up my movement too bad, that is. And we climb higher and higher and higher. Eh.
So, like he said, we are searching for the Vampire Prime.
It just hit me. Look how far up we are.
That must have really like high altitudes.
I mean, we're equipped. We got water with us. We got our dragon
She
scales.
said,
And one of my favorite voice lines in the
looks
game.
like we've climbed up even higher.
Yodelay.
Yodelay-dahi.
Can't deny, those two know how to yodel.
Either that or we've sunk to a new low.
Always takes a little bit of time to show that off because we originally would just press the switch and that would skip the dialogue. Which I don't like. I like to show off funny things in this run. Right, last area. We got another gimme golem at the end blocking our way who wants another werewheel. We got one chest that we definitely want to pick up. And I just hope I do well with my finances because, yeah, using Mega Phoenix on the sandworms was not the greatest idea. Because Mega Phoenix is worth 2,500 gil and mostly our main income of money because there are common drops by nearly every boss in the game. So we get a bunch of them, but we all need them just for the money. I mean, 2,500, that's 2.5 items for us. So I'm just hoping that I'm getting good on finances. So yeah, we're near the peak. And the Vampire Prime shows up and kidnaps Rain.
Just hang on, sis.
A vampire lord and a young girl. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, it's not like he can transform her or anything by doing anything to her, like biting her. Oh wait, he's a vampire. Yeah, we might want to save her. There she is, lying on the ground. She's feeling somewhat okay, so she fights alongside us now against him. The fight is very easy. We're just gonna defend the first hit, we're gonna unstack to get more moves, and then we're just gonna spam holy water on him. Except the problem is, that's not holy water, that's normal water. He's still weak to it. I mean, he's a vampire. He's surely gonna die from normal water as well, right? So yeah, we defeat Vampire Prime. Sadly, turns out he's a vampire. He can't be killed with normal water. He just gets up again because he's immortal. Rain turns full vampire, but the lucky thing is Cloud shows up with a gigantic wooden flock to hit through the vampire's heart. Kills the vampire, saves our sister, saves the city. Go away, Odin, we don't need you. So yeah, what we're gonna do next is, whoops, we're gonna use the teleport stone again because it's faster to use the teleport stone and move over to our next destination than teleporting over. Yes, we're gonna go back to Toontown. We're also gonna waste some time on some funny dialogue. Because the city is back to normal, and we're the Vampire Prime had the third key. We're only missing one key.
Back to normal now.
That's the Key of Tides. And we're going to go and ask Sid if he knows maybe where it is.
Next up is... What were we after again?
The Key of Tides. Will Rain and the Long succeed in their noble adventure? See the tune.
Oh, guess it's a commercial break.
Hey, who gave you permission to cut to a commercial break? Put us back on the air.
Yeah, we got the time for commercial
Back to the
breaks.
adventures of Lon and Rain and Tama and a bunch of mirages and Lon.
Oh, whatever. So,
Guess commercial break is skipped.
oh, whatever. So, what are we doing? Anybody?
There we go, Sid. He tells us it's said that the Key of Tides is hidden in the underwater temple near Besaid. So let's head to Besaid. And we're entering the realms of Final Fantasy X and the realm of bad jokes and bad excuses. So basically we're entering Final Fantasy X realm.
Huh? That's not the usual train whistle.
Look over there. I think I see some lights that weren't there before.
That's the north.
But first, I have to make an important announcement before we go to Besaid. You know that laughing still is said to be the best medicine. The big question, lads, is the day is short, at least on my end on the planet. The day has been pretty short by now, it's not been that long. The big question is, have you laughed today already? You don't? Well, then I'll give you a reason to laugh, because this game has a parody.
Laugh out loud.
Ah ha 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 ha! I still do the Titus love instead of the land love.
So I'm
Still.
just gonna ignore you. Now, what do you say?
How do I react to that? You react to that with ha 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 ha! Titus love, the biggest meme speedrunning. Or in gaming history in general, I'd say. So, Bisei, what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk to town people to find out where the temple in the deep is and how to reach it. Also, we got a guy here who wants some fish scales, gives us an item for that we need as a backup item. It's always worth going for it, talking to the last guys, and we find out there is a professor in this village that knows a lot about magic and stuff like that, so we go and see her and see if she can help us find a temple in the deep. Problem is, she just KOs Lon in one hit, now goes after Rain. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dr. Shantoto. And yeah, Dr. Shantoto is no match for us. No one is a match for Dr. Shantoto. Just get wrecked and be gone with it. But she actually helps us, because she gives us the ability to breathe underwater, so... Off to the sunken temple.
But just a minute. Does this mean we can't return to Ninewood Hills? Oh, you can still go the back there.
Breathing underwater is
I didn't
fun.
know you could breathe underwater too.
Don't go to confusing me with your average mortal. I'm special.
A little bit
Also,
of dialogue
But
here.
then why didn't you just go to the
we
temple
we
for
meet
us?
another familiar face
Are you the crazy?
in Titus, so
I read the inch between us and that
Yeah, say hi to Titus right behind us. He's currently working for Dr. Shantoto.
related.
I mean, let's be safe, we had a Titus love, we can't implement
When
Titus.
you said that we could go back to Ninewood Hills.
That would be the biggest sin ever.
This isn't just immune to the time. It can dispel the magic and other mystical.
So we have a few sparks in here. This is actually a pretty linear area, but you can do a little left and right. And we have some sparkles here containing some very powerful items that we definitely gonna want to have for late game.
Let's just finish our dunk to the sunken temple and wait.
If we find the key, will we change back?
She's back. Oh, don't worry. Dr. Shantoto gave me the antidote to the curse.
Yay, Titus has the antidote to the curse.
I thought we'd end up stuck like this.
Wait,
Wait,
did he say curse?
Dude. Yeah. I mean,
first we.
Curses are the dog's specialty.
Well, as long as she's planning on fixing us up.
sorta.
So the,
You
see,
the
the dog said, "Tell those twin losers the antidote costs, so bring me a quattro ruby or they can get lost."
Said all that?
Twin losers? What? Where did she get off calling me a loser? Lon is the loser here.
You're mad about the name calling?
A little cutscene in between. Question: what is a quattro ruby? It's said to be a magical object found every 100 years or so.
Enough blitzballs around. What?
so we are fine.
I'll I'll tell you about it some other time.
Also, no. Why can't he breathe underwater if you toss enough blitzballs around? No. The 10 excuse for blitzball was you can hold your breath. Holding your breath does not imply you can breathe and talk underwater. Now he's talking underwater. Now he's breathing underwater. Normally when you talk underwater, all this comes out is air and some bubbles without some gibberish. So this one is another one to the Fireflies. The 10 games maybe ended, but the Firefly memes still go on. Right, I forgot something real quick. We gonna teach Aubrey... Give Aubrey some more speed. We
You have
gonna...
time for a donation?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Alright. We have 100 euro donation from Porch Netchen. I hope I pronounced that right. His comment is a heart, and he just single-handedly finished
I have
the
to
donation
admit, it
incentive
is.
for the Witness Challenge Time trial
I'm
run.
pretty sure
So that
ninjas
one
are
is
supposed
met
to be
right now,
quiet.
and we will see
Remember why
that
we're
extra
here.
run for the Witness. Thank you very, very much for that very generous donation.
Hey,
Wow,
check out these
that's a
big
lot of money.
statues.
That's a big help.
Wait, was each of these a famous Quacho?
Alright, off to some more funny dialogue, where Toma once again is just as stupid as Lon. Because Lon says this temple is immense.
You sure it's not a woman's?
The dude! Yes, Lon. The temple is
It's
male.
called the temple.
Rain, you mean you can tell?
And all this time, I thought we were walking on lifeless the stone! Why do I even bother?
So yeah, we just found out the temple is definitely a man's, not a woman's. So please refer to the temple as he or him. Cause, yeah, the temple has feelings too, you know? Hello there, camouflage shark. Bye there, camouflage shark. Alright, so, by now we have two main objectives down here. We have to find the Key of Tides to finish our key collection, and we'll have to find that Quattro Ruby, whatever that's gonna be in the end.
Dude, how...
Gimme!
But the thing is, the temple is actually inhabited, and we know that. Because down here live two monarchies, actually.
How long has it been the holding its
The
breath?
Quattro
Please
Kingdom
don't
and the
ask
Tombury
wrong
Kingdom.
questions.
You know, as fun as it is
So,
to breathe water and
first
walk
of all,
on
we're gonna
the
visit the
ocean,
Quattro Queen.
You
We're
all
gonna
wonder
visit
why
the
ocean is
Quattro,
salty. The
Quattro,
rain that fills up the
Quattro
ocean isn't
Queen.
salty.
Gonna be a
Well,
little
there's a
careful
reason
with
for it.
dialogue here,
Whoa, that's nice.
because this is the last text box, and we have a few things that will disrupt the text box here. So we just gotta wait out a little
Whoa,
second,
that's
so it's
nice.
done before we go
Why don't you
on.
tell me about it another time?
So yeah, we're in the sea. We're the first ones to stop by in centuries. And we meet the Quattro Queen. Say hi to the Quattro Queen. We going to defend with Rain. We're gonna cast Faith on Rain, which boosts her magical power. And with her magical power, also the power about items. And throw Earth Spellstone at them. Bye, Quattro Queen. So, that's the first time the Quattro scene saw a man-thing, in terms of Lon. And the man-thing beat her up, so she starts crying, and
And hope they still have it.
her tears are the Quattro Ruby. So, that's one objective out of the way. The problem is, she told us that the key was, that she actually had the key, but it was stolen by some Tomberries. So they're going after the Tomberries now, even though they don't need to, because why would they? Probably just want to get the key back. But we want the keys, so
Dizzy!
off to the Tomberries.
All the sense of direction.
Hey, sis.
Hey, what?
Gravity.
I don't think I'm moving forward anymore.
Of course you're not moving forward. You're moving...
Down, down, down. Alright, we got one more
This place is
item in
starting to
here.
look less and less like a temple.
Is it still a man's?
Maybe we've the...
We've fallen into the man's hole.
That must be it.
Welcome to the man's hole of the temple. Make out of that whatever you will. Oh my god, I actually got the encounter skip here. Woot woot. First time I actually got the encounter skip here. The movement for this encounter skip is so tight. Makes me double happy that I actually got it. Alright, they are weak to lightning, so we throw lightning at them. Clutch one.
That was a good fight.
Oh, wait!
And that's it. Bye, King. And we found the Key of Tights. Woohoo!
I made it!
We got all the keys.
We'll take you the right to where Titus is waiting. Right. We need to get a hold
The
of that
only
antidote.
thing we need are locks now.
Yeah, because we have no idea what the keys are for. We know the prophecy, something about finding these keys. We have no idea what to do with them.
Just got another 36 euro donation from Anonymous. Thank you.
So, we're out of here. We're getting the antidote. And magically, because we now have the keys, a staircase appears right in front of us. Well, ain't that convenient? Just as we found them all, just a shiny staircase into the heaven appears right in front of us. Does start to seem a little bit too convenient, maybe. Don't you think, guys?
Say, the stairs here aren't gonna do
Like, the
anything
keys are
crazy
one
and
thing, but
collapse,
then
right?
we don't know what the keys are for, and then the stairs just appear. That is kind of weird. So, welcome to the other Ninewood Hills. This is the place where we teleport to all the time with these portals. Just older. And the original. But before we go exploring this... Oh, North Promenade. We gonna do more shopping. And I hope that I still gonna be okay on money. So we're gonna sell our Mega Phoenixes, 2 elixirs, and a Mega Elixir. And we hope that it's gonna be enough for what we need. Which is 17 Phoenix Downs, which are 3 bomb fragments, where I luckily only need 2, because I already got one. 40 lightning marbles. 23 dragon scales. 4 dragon wings, and 10 spider silks. Alright, we're good on money. We even got some spare. That's good. That's great. Good to see we're good on money route. Item sorting. Marble, PD, the scale come over there. Where are my Phoenix Downs? There are my Phoenix Downs. Dragon Wing there. Spider Silk. Wait, no. Spider Silk comes there. The Star Curtain comes there. Then ethers, potions, spellstones to the bottom. That's all I got. Yeah, good. As I said, item management is very important in this game, especially if you get used to the items, and especially if you're in the region we are, because now we reach the region where we just go full kamikaze on every boss we can. Means we just gotta unstack our team and just spam items till they die and heal and revive when we need to. Because many bosses don't have the AoEs, so we don't have to fear those. The only restriction we have, Searcher has to live at the end of the battle. So, also yeah, say hi to Terra and her father, Maduin. Conveniently protecting the entrance of the tower we want to go into. More summoners. Summoners in this game actually play a big role. Alright, if she doesn't kill Searcher with her next attack, we're good. She killed Searcher with her next attack.
No trouble at all.
Oh yeah!
I don't know if I've done... By Maduin, by Terra. Just as we enter, Terra also gets Aiko napped by the same person who kidnapped Aiko earlier. Because the bad guys are actually collecting summoners around us, which we see in the cutscenes that we just skip all. So, say hello to Crystal Tower, one of the longest dungeons in the game. It's kind of annoying in here, but at least it's not just as linear as we had on the bridge. So we have a few riddles in here, we have a bit of movement, not just move straight all the time, move a little bit left, right, up, down. So we have a little bit here, but again, we won't have much to do here except for grabbing a few chests and climbing up all the time. Simply because, again, we will have next to no encounters.
Stand by for warp
Star Trek meme time!
Wilco, standing by!
Warp!
Oh, good old warp drive. But let's be realistic. Everyone knows warp 10 is the limit, and we're clearly not moving at infinite speed.
Sadly, she's right about that. Sadly, she's right about that.
Does she know we were the kidding?
We're sadly not moving at infinite speed. That would be really helpful. The first one was Velfor. Eh. Aubrey helping us with the puzzles. More warps. More stairs. Oh, and did I tell you the best part? Once we reach the top, we gotta climb down again.
Because I think my legs are about to fall.
Yay!
I hear you. I'm about ready to... Hey, wait, you're not even...
Also, shoutouts to everyone complaining about their legs hurting. The problem is Tama is flying, not walking, and Lon is literally riding on Fenrir. So if anyone is allowed to complain about their legs hurting, it's Fenrir.
No
AKA Jack, and I don't hear Jack complaining.
Upset at me. Hello, Rain?
What's up?
Jack is a good boy. As I said, he's literally carrying us through the run. Without him, everything would be way worse. Oh, look, a unicorn! And an ice tombery. Wonder if we're gonna see him.
It's hard to explain. I guess I sort of...
Well, I mean, only one way to find out if we see him.
Before.
Watch the next
It does
encounters.
look like Ninewood Hills.
It might...
Because there might be another Easter egg in them.
The Day of Jabu? Is that like Doomsday? Bow before the mighty Jabu, humans. I'm sick and tired of this place.
Blue and red.
Okay, then I'm just tired.
You're gonna have to stick it out, Lon.
Okay, then I'm just sticky. Yeah, Lon's just complaining because he's completely KO, even though he
If you're
isn't.
sticky, then would you glue your mouth shut? Permanently?
No! We need more Lon jokes. Never glue his mouth shut permanently. Morph-off wall breaks! How you feel about that? let's go.
Who knew just how far the twin adventurers had come?
Hello, baby Cthulhu. Bye, baby Cthulhu. We did see him.
Who indeed? Why are you talking in the third person?
It's called fourth wall break, Tama. Something that you've done plenty of times over this run.
We must be getting near the top. This place feels less the welcoming the further we climb.
The mirages are...
Wait a sec also. I think I just messed up. Did I?
Yeah.
Yes, I did mess up.
Use it. Use it. Help.
It's okay, I can just pick up an extra item later. Or can I?
Use a teleport stone if you
Don't
need
risk
to
it.
turn the back.
I forgot an item
Access
a
the
bit
place
earlier.
via the
We
ceremony.
actually would need that because that's, I think, 5,000 gil. So, backtracking because me being dumb. For that kind of stuff, I just put the estimate that high. If, in case RNG screws me over, or just my reading skills screw me over. So, yeah, the rest of the tower is not really anything happening anymore, especially since I'm backtracking. So, Dex, if you want to take over for a bit again, feel free to. Guess he's not there right now. Give me that elixir. Yeah, that was just completely on me for missing out on that. More baby Cthulhus.
Maybe I should unmute my mic next time.
That would be an idea.
Anyway, we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. Due to the situation surrounding COVID-19, we're currently doing our events online for the time being. This event features streamers from both the Benelux and the rest of the world, bringing you entertainment during this lockdown. And if you're from the UK and would like to attend an event similar to BSG, we highly recommend checking out UKSG. UKSG is an event in Glasgow running 4 times a year for young minds. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, we still have a bit.
All right. We would like to remind you that aside from BSG events and their own marathons, ESA hosts many other events across Europe, like the just said UKSG, but we also have Hackathon and more. So be sure to drop a follow to see whenever someone is live.
Alright, I have good news and bad news. The good news is I got the item I missed and we're nearly on the top. The bad news is just what I told already, is that when we reach the top, we're going to have to climb down again for a bit. Because the things that's gonna happen, if we reach the top, we gonna find out that there is a gigantic seal blocking our path. That gigantic seal is supported by 4 smaller seals. And those 4 smaller seals are sealed by a boss enemy each. So as soon as we reach the top, we're gonna get a few more. We're gonna see a few more crystals that will teleport us into areas with 2 bosses each, and we will have to fight them. And just to give a heads up already, the 2 upcoming boss fights are basically the hardest fights in the game, because most boss fights are fairly simple. You just throw items till everything dies and it's done. The thing that allows us that is that most enemies don't have great AoE attacks,
I can feel it.
or
Let's be careful.
they just don't have enough health to be a danger before they can use them. Since they only have a limited amount of attacks they can do. The problem with the next 2 boss fights is it's gonna be 2 double boss fights. And they have a ton of AoE attacks. that can deal massive damage. And that all while we're a bit under time pressure, because we do need to keep up a few buffs to actually have a chance against them. So if they kill the person who's buffed, I gotta throw Phoenix down, I gotta heal that person up, and I eventually will have to buff him up again. So if you know what you're doing, if you know the ranges a bit, it's very unlikely that you actually die here, although it can happen just by sheer bad luck, because these double bosses are also really fast. So yeah, those are gonna be the two hardest bosses in the game, really, because they're just so unpredictable, got so many different things they can do. The AoE attacks, so yeah, it's possible that I lose a bunch of time here, it's possible that I maybe even die here. Normally, at this point of a run, I'd say take it or leave it. I wouldn't go for the safety save, because the save is about 10-15 seconds. So in actually PB run, I would say screw that, I'm going for it. And if I die, I reset. If I live, then I'll continue. But of course, for the sake of the marathon, since there are save points right in front of them, let's go save. Okay, 10-15 seconds might be a little over-exaggerated, but it adds up still. So we have the first ones here. We have Tiamat and Asterius. Now let me adjust my notes so I don't read into the next boss's notes. We're gonna use a Dragon Scale on Tiamat. And we're gonna cast Faith on Rain. And we see what they do. Focus is bad, because that increases attack power. Whirlwind is great, doesn't deal too much damage, and Valfor is immune to it. We gonna throw a water spellstone. We gonna throw another Dragon Scale. We gonna throw another water spellstone. We gonna throw another Dragon Scale. Tiamat down, and Dragon Wings for Asterius. And this is a very great fight. They didn't do too many moves, they didn't do anything too dangerous. And due to that, easy kill here.
Victory!
So that was basically perfect case scenario, when I didn't have to heal or do anything except attacking and buffing. That was literally a best case scenario fight. So, off to the second side. Off we go. Go, Jack, go. I like the second side a little bit more because the staircases are a little bit more aligned. So the connections between those are a little bit easier. Because you don't have to walk completely around them once to actually get access to them. Just hoping Jack is not getting confused and dizzy by all of this going around. So yeah, right now we had the Tiamat as surprisingly a wind enemy, if I recall correctly about his elementing, not just his attacks. Yeah, Tiamat is a wind enemy, Asterius as the earth enemy, and now we're gonna go and see Kraken and Buer, also very familiar names to the Final Fantasy franchise, who are water and fire. So let's hope I do not look at my notes wrongly. Let's make sure I can't look at my notes wrongly, because it often happens that I just want to get the first fight and actually look into the notes from the second fight, and then everything gets messed up. Not today, though. Give me an Earth Spellstone, give me Faith. Fire is bad, Reflect is okay. Give me another Earth Spellstone. Give me a High Potion. Actually, give me a... No, give me a High Potion. High Potion should be fine. Another Earth Spellstone. A Dragon Scale on Buer. A Cursed Gaze is great. Water God is okay. Lightning Spellstone and Lightning Marble, and that should be it. This fight wasn't as ideal, but still a good fight. We get some more items, and we're done here. Whoops, right, this one is still not skippable. Why do I always keep on going here and trying to skip? So yeah, the seals are lifted. So now we can break the big seal. And actually interact with the bad guys of the game for the very first time.
Huh? Yeah. You think Mom could be here?
Maybe. Let's find her.
Whoops. And big bad boss fight. Say hi to the evil dude. Say hi to Brandalis. Conveniently
Brandalis.
named Brandy in short. So if you like a good brandy, now's maybe the time. Brandalis is a bit of a unique fight in the way we do him. He is a very strong magic caster, AoE caster, and he is very fast. So what we do, we give one of our party members, the fastest one, we give him Reflect, and we use items to slow him down, and then all we just do is hope that he casts, reflect his spells, spam items at him, slow him down more, and that's basically the whole fight. Just spamming our items, making sure Reflect is still up, hoping he hits himself a few times. The Spellga is with the worst thing he can do, because it just wastes a turn and accomplishes nothing. So yeah, you can see on the side his speed is just gigantic. Could you stop with this? We need you to hit me, not to dispel me. In best case scenario, he will cast Flare on Arya, which is very rare because it's a 1 in 6 chance that he actually will hit Arya with it. Could you please stop the Dispel Gus? Those are way too many Dispel Gus for my liking. So yeah, you want that he gets a few casts in so we can save marbles. Because of course it's Reflect, he will hit himself with the damage. Alright, that's the last Spider Silk I'm allowed to use. Because we will need them later on as well. So now it's literally just hoping he will die pretty fast. There, the last slow runs out. So yeah, at this point he is becoming a very dangerous opponent. But he's down.
That was a good fight.
Good fight.
I had better ones already, but can't complain. Alright, big story plot twist happening. He tells us that our parents are behind that gate and our mom is trapped in a crystal prison just above us. And we find out we have another sister and we try to open the gate to help her. Because we think it's our mother in there and one of them disguised as our sister. The thing is, it's our sister in the cube. We opened the gate that let the bad guys summon Cognas, which are basically Machinas, which are the evil creatures that we weren't able to capture. And yeah, the bad guys' plan worked out. They just wanted us to get there to open the gate, to summon the monsters so they can destroy the world, and they just completely tricked us. They were the ones forming the prophecy thousands of years ago when they appeared in this world. And we got rescued by an airship, stirred by Quistis and the others of the League of S, and welcome to the headquarters of League of S. Might look a little bit like a place you might know. So yeah, basically now what's happening, the end of the world, monsters anywhere trying to destroy the world, the bad guy's plans completely worked out. Our sister is free, but she hates us for a reason that we don't know yet. Because that's gonna happen a little bit later. So all we're trying to do right now is just find out what we can do to better the situation, what to stop them. We talk to her sister a bit, try to find out things, but she's not very talkative. Yeah. That's basically everything that's happening right now. Why do I always keep trying to skip that? Alright, we have rumors from many different places that have now problems with those Cogna, with those Machinas. And they're all at once, we can't be anywhere at the same time. But there is a place that can make us be everywhere at the same time. Remember that door and the Kingdom Hearts reference I did at the start? From the run. Well, we're actually gonna see what's inside there now. We're gonna actually buy a few items before, because, like normally, I'd probably be a little bit short on items. Yeah, 16. I wanna have at least 18. I'm mostly going for 20. That's what happens when he doesn't use enough spells. Doesn't damage himself enough. You just have to use up way too many items. And the girls' tea room, where we first of all gonna do a little transaction. So she can allow us to basically break the complete space-time continuum, shove us and the enemies of our friends into a little rift in the space-time continuum, basically, and in there we will fight the battles for our friends, but the history will be rewritten in their minds and the minds of their enemies that they beaten them themselves and we were never involved. Also, we bought our first champion medal of Titus. More about that later. More item management. Because we want all the spell stones at the very bottom. Yes, we need them in a bit. And yeah, basically what we're gonna do now is just break the space-time continuum and help our friends beating the bad guys that are all over, because time in here is just completely stopped. Because, yeah, else they'd die. Also, I was not supposed to do figure right now, but it doesn't matter. Mini-games! Yay! Who doesn't like mini-games? Me, ain't nobody got time for that. Luckily, we have to do, during this section, we have to do 3 mini-games. 2 of them we can skip. The third one we can just lose very fast. So Figaro actually was supposed to be second, but in fact it does not matter. We're going to Cornelia, where Omega Weapon is threatening the city. But the city actually has a defense system, but Ramu has the key. So Lightning goes and tries to get there through the cave and get the key, except we don't, because minigames take too long and we just skip through and get the items anyway. And next thing that's gonna happen is they actually gonna confront Omega Weapon. But they're too weak, so we take over, we fight it for them. And problem number 1 will be solved. We gonna haste, we gonna faith. He probably is gonna do reflect, as he always does. We start spamming marbles. Omega down.
Victory!
Very easy fight for an Omega weapon. Next up, oh, Supra Ultima. I'm gonna need to focus and count to 50 during that fight. So, Rabbit, if you would explain that fight, maybe? That would help be helpful.
Let me check. Where are my notes?
Okay,
Don't
so,
find them.
short answer, basically, he is super bulky and super strong, which is his effect, so we can't kill him in one go. But he won't be able to heal if we stop in between. So we need 50 hits total, spellstones count as 2, normal items count as 1, and we need 50 hits total. So I gotta need to count to 50, this is 6, this is 8, this is 10, this is 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. This is a good first fight. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Please be Ultima. That is not Ultima. Uh, 33, 34, and time to kill ourselves. Because the thing is, if we die in this realm, by the way, everything gets reset, we get all our items back. But as I said, he will not be able to heal. That Ultima is a bit late, my friend. So, we just died. We get back here. He is still on 34 hits. And I got all my items back. That's not what I wanted. Doesn't matter. 36. 38. 40. 42. 44. 46. 48. And 49, so the next hit will kill him. But we're gonna just kill ourselves again. To get all our items back. And then we will just use one item, and that will be everything we will be using up, basically. Because if we win the fight, of course, all the items get lost. And I'm very happy, because this is actually a perfect scenario. Because in best case scenario, you want to have that done in 3 fights. If you're getting unlucky with his Ultima strikes, it can be that you will need a 4th fight to start. But yeah, that's Super Ultima. Bulky one, strong one, but we just don't care about him. Next! Hometown. Heal me. Hometown. Hey, talk to me.
What now?
So what's bigger than a death machine?
That still has a second, because first, we have a we have a phantom train haunting Tometown. And we know someone who knows about ghost trains. So Rain challenged the character conductor to a face-off. And if she can hit him at least once, he promised to give us the plans for his plan, for his train. We just miss 3 times. Because if we actually hit him, we will get another cutscene here that we need to skip. If we miss him, we just get sent back immediately and still get counted as a success. So, a little bit of time saved there. If you hit him by accident, that's just like 5 seconds, but still, 5 seconds is bad. So yeah, we had a death mech earlier. Say hi to the war machine. Same enemy, other color, annoying, lengthy, 10 years taking attack that we hopefully not gonna see, but probably gonna see now because I just jinxed myself. I love jinxing. Now, eat these and get down. So you see, late game fights are rather simply built. And one more should do the trick.
No trouble at all.
Victory!
Also, we got a bunch of high valuable items. Like, every one of those dropped some Mega Phoenix, some elixirs, Turbo Ethers. And we actually get a reward for each of them. The stupid thing, in my opinion, is the rewards you have to collect outside again. Instead of just getting it for finishing the mission, you gotta collect these rewards outside of it. A little bit sad in my opinion, but, well, nothing much you can do about it. And the last minigame that we also sadly can't skip that I completely forgot about. Titus, best blitzball player, shoot down that machina.
That was rough.
Wow, Titus, you're so great with blitzballs. He's never going to get him to play blitzball in the big team again because we just ruined his entire career. Oh, we don't care. So, everything chaos has been solved up. The world is safe for now. There are still thousands of these little monsters around, but we, like, killed all the big ones, generals. So, we're gonna do a bit more shopping, and then we're going to invade the evil enemy's castle. Mega Phoenix and elixirs. Mega Phoenix and elixirs. And we are going to buy 3 Phoenix Sounds. We're gonna buy 53 Lightning Marbles. 9 Dragon Scales. 4 more Spider Silks. And 7 Protect Stones. Works out enough money. Item management. We want marbles, phoenix down, scales, spider silk. Then the ethers. Then the potions. And the protect shellstones near the bottom. So yeah, we're going to invade the evil castle now. Silver Park. Remember that small little town that we just dipped in before? Yeah, that's exactly the, near Nibelheim. Yeah, that's exactly our goal now, because this city actually was controlled by the Federation and still is. And you see, it looks already a lot different. So, off to the Cathedral.
Cathedral?
So yeah, every city under Federation control has a cathedral that's locked onto the anchor, where stuff happens that no one knows. We know now. They take human sacrifices. They force the people in the towns that they have, force them to become so-called architects. And then everything that's gonna happen to them is they go into the cathedral, and their soul is being extracted and used to power the evil guy's base. So, yeah, the game is getting kind of dark at this point. All happy flappy most of the game, but now the end game is actually kind of dark. Yeah. So our plan right now is to invade the enemy castle. We don't know exactly where it are. We just know it's a flying castle in the sky. We do have an airship, but again, we don't know where it is. So what do? We got into the cathedral. We got teleported into the chains. We're currently inside of these chains that are locked to the city. At the end of the chains, we're gonna have X9 Castle. The big castle of the big bad enemy.
Another sister.
And I'm gonna be honest here right now. I like the look of the run. Like, the first half was garbage, but the second half was just like, wow. So, just saying we're on a good pace right now. Alright, we get ambushed. Oh no. What we do if we get ambushed? Throw marbles at it. Duh. Still not going to Sephiroth Heart. Sephiroth. The one in the back. And the one in the back. So yeah, we get a little bit of intel told here right now by Tama any second about our enemies. We get a little bit of whining and complaining from Lon again. And that's basically everything there is to this place. So again, go out of my way. Again, big area with nothing much really happening, just a bit of teleporting.
I give up.
So,
Climb this thing
thanks if you
anymore.
have some donations to read or just want to keep on informing the audience about this awesome event and anything, feel free to, and don't forget to unmute yourself this time.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, your donations go towards Mind, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who has dealt with mental issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go to Mind. Another thing I want to shout out is the upcoming incentives, which is the music choice for Sonic 3, where Original is currently winning by 100 euros.
That much goes without saying.
So if you want Prototype to win, you need to at least donate 101 euros. I mean, it's gonna be tough, but I mean, you're donating for a good cause, so why not?
Every small donation helps. If every viewer would donate €1, you might be able to change that if you want.
Exactly. And then there is another one coming up relatively soon. It is for the Cuphead All Bosses run, where you can choose the character he plays with, which is Mugman or Cuphead. Mugman is currently only winning by 11 euros, so only 12 euros to a good cause to make that change for Cuphead. Do you want me to go on?
Yeah, you got about 3 more minutes. Nothing really happening as I said.
Alright, sure. We want to thank ESA for supporting the event and for allowing us to stream on their channel. For more information about their upcoming events and any changes due to the COVID-19 outbreak, be sure to check out esamarathon.com. And if you're from the UK and would like to attend an event similar to BSG, we highly recommend checking out UKSG, which is an event in Glasgow running 4 times a year, and they gather donations for young minds. You can also consider using your free monthly Twitch Prime subscription right here on the ESA channel, which will give you access to all the ESA emotes as well as several BSG emotes. And of course you get to support both events.
That
Right.
many of them?
Alright.
Yo.
Yeah, we're about done
Not
here.
only that, the ones with
Let's
names
shift a
and
little bit
numbers
more
are
and then we
the
actually
coolest and
get
most
into
dangerous of all.
another of the worst areas in the game, which, especially for casual players the first time, is very, very confusing. To be honest, I personally still do get lost in that area then and when,
Without the champions,
which isn't
the
exactly great, but I mean, if I don't lose too much time in the end, it's not the worst, isn't it?
Wait,
So yeah, we're approaching
all three
the
of
end
the
of the
heralds
chain.
have
We're
names?
going to enter X9 Castle in a
Sure you
moment,
do.
which
We
is
can
again
help
the
them
stronghold of the
fight
evil
this.
guys for the face-off. Where we're gonna learn the rest of the story, and where Rabbit is gonna mostly take over explaining what's happening and what's going on, because, as I said, it's very confusing. I'll have to pick up a lot of chests, and the notes are not too helpful, mostly, because I have no map, no nothing. There is no map for this area. So it's very easy to get lost, and all that I'm orientating by is the little knowledge that I have from doing this like 10 times, and the item markers, because there are a lot of chests that we have to pick up in here for money sources and for just having the items because we need them. So I'm giving the word over to Rabbit again, and I'll be quiet for a while.
So yeah, Castle X9. Like you said, we got a
Yes.
we got a nice
just
zero gravity
beyond
area here. So
description.
that means
It's too
we
small.
can't only we don't
Sometimes I
only
think you
walk
are
the ground.
too.
We can
But
walk the
yeah.
walls even. So navigating through this area is a little hard.
Remember,
You got a
we're
strict
probably
movement around
inside the
here.
one of the herald's thresholds.
Otherwise you're
If not,
lost
all
and will
three.
run in circles.
Fresh what?
Don't even pretend you forgot what that is. So we're
So
already
it's a
inside the
pretty
danger
neat
zone.
maze.
I think the so.
Um,
They're powerful.
Our mission first is to
Just like
fight
this.
some carbuncles here,
But that means if we go
which we will
kaput,
see soon. Normally
Thresholds are
we
more than just
there are
barriers,
casually
aren't they?
there are 4
Technically,
carbuncles
they're
to
more like
fight.
a
We
powerful
will
force field,
normally
inside of which
fight
the world's rules can
3
be
of them.
bent and great feats
Maybe the
performed.
4th one for some
So,
more
whenever we step
XP,
through a threshold,
but
we're
we will
stepping
see.
inside someone else's private world?
Yeah, I
That's right.
mostly never do
And
the
that wouldn't
optional.
take the long
I
for you
prefer to do the to
But for
take the
someone
one
to build
carbuncle
creative
as a
world
Metal
this
Gear
physical,
Solid and just
this
sneak
real
by and
inside
grab
their
the
threshold,
reward for the
they would
fight
have to
without
expend a
actually triggering the
tremendous
fight.
amount of energy. Not just anyone can do
So yeah,
it.
right?
we will
It's,
pick up some items
probably
here
doing-
like Mega Phoenix, some
It's
Mega
okay, Lon.
Elixirs,
You don't have to contribute.
some Turbo Ethers, some
Well,
X
whatever form a
Potions,
threshold takes. That's
which
the
will
right.
come
And you
handy
may
to
not have
sell
noticed,
and to
but
use
both of you
in
have
the upcoming
thresholds, too.
fights. So
Whoa, really?
Why are there so many mirages here? Doesn't the Federation worry about sharing a castle with them?
Don't
Somehow
leave
I
that
doubt
down
it.
there.
After all, a wolf knows better than to bare his fangs at a behemoth. They don't stand
As
a
you can
chance
see,
against
very
the
confusing.
pure
Sometimes I
gods.
even forget
There's
myself
just
where to go, so
something
you just
about
see me
They don't
right,
stand a chance
going
against
around.
the
For
pure
example,
gods.
this was not required.
Something about him
This
that
was a
feels
missed movement,
fundamental.
but the Mega Ether is always a nice backup, so I don't mind. Especially in a marathon setting, because it sells for good money, so we can buy a few extra Phoenix Downs. Even though I only had it once happen that I actually ran out of Phoenix Downs, I mean, that's a risk you gotta work against. So yeah, already messed up my movement there. Normally that encounter wouldn't have happened.
They don't stand a chance against the X9 Knight's threshold is too the strong.
And here we have our first carbuncle. Actually, it's not the real carbuncle, it's just an illusion. We just need 4 marbles, hope he doesn't use Drain. Which I actually haven't seen him in a while, so maybe today, maybe not. Every time we kill a carbuncle illusion, more way appears, because the illusion of the carbuncle was somehow masking the places or anything like that. So
Did we beat him?
one is optional, just hiding a treasure that we just gonna get
Hopefully that means he's
anyways.
gone from the castle, if nothing else.
Wait. And the rest are just mandatory because
Come on, let's
you
keep
need the
going.
way, of course. Don't need this chest. Actually don't need any chests till I see the second bunkle.
So as you see, there's a lot of chests in here. But most parts we don't need the items in there.
I mean, we could go for them. There are a lot of good items all around the place. But there are also some mediocre ones, some bad ones. And some are just very out of the way.
Just how far does this go?
Lana's
anyway?
already getting angry because this takes so long. I'm joining him gladly because I
So
completely
excited we're finally
hate this
gonna beat those
area
guys
because
that I'm
it's
getting impatient.
way too big, way too confusing. Everything looks the same.
Plots apart running walls up and down doesn't make it better, so...
Bunkle 2? No, not yet. That's on the next screen.
Every time.
Yeah, I just see the save and I think, hey, carbuncle is right. Nope, nope, nope. Don't go left there because it's the closest. Go right because it's the right way. No drains. I love it. Because yeah, if he has exactly 6,000 HP. If he uses drain, which is of course an attack that drains our HP and adds them to his HP, we would have to do 1 or 2 more physical hits to get him down. So not seeing him use drain always is great. So that was Bunkle 2. 9 high potions should be up here. Wait a sec. Left for a Mega Elixir. Six high ethers.
Isn't it great how there's so many mirages to find here?
Oh yeah, this place is the best.
Skip the right way. Okay, we're nearly through here. Whew. Skip the right way up here. X potions. Toro ethers, I mean. X potions were up here. Alright, we're gonna activate Solid Snail style now. Just sneaking right past the hitbox that triggers the fight, grabbing these 3 Mega Elixirs. Worth 25,000 gil each. So that's a massive boost on our money route, and that's the last chest I had to pick up. We're nearly out of here. Jesus. Always the best part when you get out of here.
Come on, hang in there, you the two.
Right. Gotta skip that text box.
Huh? What's the matter, Tama?
Nothing. Something just that gave me a start. That's all that it was.
So time for the final bunkle to appear.
One more illusion and then we have the real one.
Yeah.
They will be back to back, basically. The good part, at least, is the carbuncle counts every time as a boss, even if it's easy to defeat and gives a chunk of experience. Alright, last screen. Say hi to the last illusion. The last one is, as I said, those were all illusions. The last one will be the actual real one, and as the actual real one, he will have more HP. The strat there is just to unstack. Don't bother about anything and just spam till he dies. The fight only has one rule. If Searcher dies, we gotta revive him, because Searcher is at this point the only one that still needs a experience. Six and 7.
That wasn't so bad.
Ainge on 40, that's correct. Alrighty, a little bit of tinkering here again. Teach him Dispel as a backup measure if we might end up needing it. Alright, safety safe right here. And then we're off to the ending. Two big fights right up here now. Against the big henchman that we got to know over cutscenes by now. Say hi to Sir Segwarides and to the Plumed Knight. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna throw a Dragon Scale at the Plumed Knight. Haste and Faith. Gonna use the Holy Torch to get rid of the status effects that they just upped on themselves. Gonna throw 2 Water Spell Stones. Where are they? Dragon Scales till Bloom Knight falls. Alrighty. I don't want you to attack yet. Now I want you to attack. 11 hits for the rest of this fight. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Oh god, this is bad. This is really bad. Okay, never mind. This is fine. This is fine. Where was I with counting? 4, 5, 6, 3? Hope you're right with that. 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, looks about right. Alright, the next thing we're going to do here is we kill Rain.
Let me know when you have time for some donations, by the way.
In a second after I explain the next boss battle.
That ought to do it.
Victory!
So yeah, that's were the two evil guys henchmen. Now for the evil guy himself. It's basically the same procedure as last time. The only exception is he does have stronger attacks now. And because he has stronger attacks, of course, he can kill us. So what we're gonna do is we want to keep Lon all the time on high HP, and all the time want to buff him with shells, so he takes less damage from his magic attacks. Maybe haste him, and then it's just the same. We slow him down, we throw items at him, and he hopefully dies pretty soon. And go free to go now.
Alright, so we got two donations. The first donation is 50 euros by Captain GMP saying, "Mind is a great charity and I love all the work they do." Then we have 34 euros from Tiny Tame saying, "Hey all, really enjoying BSG so far. Good luck to all the runners and let's keep raising some money for an amazing cause. Cheers." And their donations were put towards the Carto achievements, which is a run in the morning on Sunday for Europeans. There is two incentives open for that currently. One to build a snowman and one to cheer up a plant. Currently, the plant incentive still has 50 euros to go before it's met. And if you want to see us build a snowman, you still have to donate 66 euros for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the donations. Keep them coming. And let's have some great fun. Now back over to you.
Yeah, I'm very happy he just used the spell god there to give me a wake-up call, because there's one thing that I always keep on messing up in this fight. Status effects wear off in about 5 turns. So, if he would have done with the spell god, he thankfully gave me a heads up that I need to refill that. That's actually the point where my prep-up run died yesterday. Because I actually just forgot to fill up my status effects here again. But yeah, we should be fine now. We don't need it anymore. We got enough HP. He should be dead now before. Yeah. And that's it. GG, I guess. Guess I just got a world record. Because, yeah, run's over. Or is it? No! Fake ending! I'm not telling what happened in the fake ending because it's fake and no one needs to know it, and I wanna not talk too much into the story at some parts, so you guys can, if you don't know the game, can still experience it.
Let's go wait on the deck.
Easy explanation, time travel stuff. Rain didn't like what happened and someone offered to do a time reset, so we were back to before when we started before we started climbing up there. So our next objective becomes stronger, because the thing was, we only defeated the bad guys. The world was still lying in pieces with all the monsters roaming around. So now we're going to do the real ending, the right ending, and before that we're gonna do shopping. Sell everything with Megger and Elixir in the name. That means we're going to sell the Mega Ethers, the Mega Phoenix, the Elixir, and the Mega Elixirs. And we're going to buy 2 X Potions, we're gonna buy 99 Lightning Marbles, 40 to 50 Dragon Scales, gets 45, which will be fine. Protect and Shell Stones up to 10. And I still got 7k spare for extra Phoenix Downs. 7 extra Phoenix Downs, I like that. I still don't need to get moved around anymore. Alright, so what's happening now is Rain wants us to become stronger, and she wants us to go and collect the Pleiad, which is a collection of 7 very powerful mirages who were under our control before all the time stuff happened, with us getting trapped in another dimension and all that. So we're going to go and find them, and Seraphy knows where they are. Most of them we can just intervene with in the girls' tea room, but there are 3 which live in the Colosseum. And this is actually the last big RNG part of the game. Before we do anything else, we gonna give Searcher, aka our dear Ainge, a big upgrade. Because Ainge now becomes from Ainge the Searcher to Ainge the Death Searcher. And this does not mean that she seeks death, but she seeks to give it out. We got abilities here like death, like gravity, and we're just gonna complete out the full board here, except for one thing. And that's that one. So now we got gravity and death as abilities. And we're gonna fight in the Colosseum. The first fight we do always will trigger an event. During this event, Ifrit and Shiva will show up and start to fight us. And they are the first 2 of the fleet that we're gonna catch. Catch condition is hit Ifrit with fire, hit Shiva with ice. We got fire as spell on rain. We got fridge side as item that we're gonna use with rain, with lawn. And we're just gonna use that 3 times. 3 times fire on Ifrit, the 3 fridge side on Shiva, and we're gonna catch it. And then the interesting part starts, because then we're going to do a few more battles. For items, and during these battles, every battle has a chance to trigger another event that will lure out Ramuh. The thing is, that is just complete RNG. It can happen on the first encounter, can happen on the first fight I do, it can happen on the 20th. Currently in my PB, I lost 5 minutes to this. Because he just did not want to show up. Though by now I guess that a little route change that I did just backfired because it just did not allow me to use it. So yeah, we're gonna do a few more fights here for items that we're gonna need for the next few battles. Blue 157. Blue 157. No Ramuh. We gonna defend with rain. We gonna cast Death. Where is Death? There's Death. Death awaits you. We're gonna use an Ether and kill the second one also with Death. Therefore, we get a few water spell stones. Next, catch of the day 2, 37. There he is. There's our Ramuh. So now we can challenge Ramuh and catch him. Oh, we still need catch of the day 2 on 37 for the water spellstone. Just gonna throw a few lightning marbles. Because yeah, they're stacked, they're all weak to water, and that just adds up to deal so much more damage than normal. Water spellstones. Then Team Red 2, level 44 Red Dragons. Team Red 2 for the Resist Sleep Seed. Four Dragon Scales. So yeah, normally these 3 are the ones that we do just for the items, because we will need these items during the last few fights. If Ramu doesn't show up, we normally just would do a fight, the second fight in the list, which is against 3 Chocobo Moogle stacks. The problem is, though, that if we do that, those are 3 enemies, and they're stacks, and stacks always take a moment to topple and then die if they get defeated. So I tried to do the Ifrit Shiva fight instead, because it's 2 enemies, they have a fast dying animation. But yeah, by now I'm pretty sure that the Ifrit Shiva fight is not able to unlock Ramu, which is why I lost 5 minutes here in my PB, because I just got unlucky. So yeah, just to give a heads up already. With this split, I saved back the 5 minutes I had on my PB that I lost, and I'm currently on a pace for 3:52:30. Just want to point that one out. Death Searcher, Mirage Boards. And now we're gonna activate the last one. Fill it with Resist Sleep. And get this one to fully complete his board. Now his board is mastered and we can use an auto ability. Can use an ability that he can learn. So we're gonna choose Auto High Potion. So he automatically will throw potions at us when we're on low health, which is great. I'm gonna help out for a lot. So, next up, Girls' Tea Room. Up for the most annoying fight of them all, because this fight is just pure RNG. If he doesn't like you, he doesn't like you, and you won't be able to kill him.
What now?
Now we're going on for the big fish. Now we're going for the Demon Dire Revealed, which is a fight against Bahamut. Good old classic Bahamut. Big icon. So, what we're gonna do against him? We're gonna use a Protect Stone on Lon, because he is mean. We're gonna use Gravity, because none of the bosses in this game are immune to Gravity. Look at that damage. He uses the one attack that I do not want him to want to see him. Alright, now everything we do is just we spam Ethers and we spam Gravity a few times. Gravity. Get a high ether. Revive Rain. Haste Lawn. Hope he gets 2. He only got 1. Touchdown. Again, the one move you do not really want to see him use because it's very powerful, deals a lot of damage, has a lot of topple strength. Third gravity, 6 I need. That was the third. Turbo Ether. Fourth. Haste. Fifth. Turbo Ether. Revive all. Defend. Defend. Our 6th gravity, and now we just start spamming lightning mobiles. He is a little bit resistant to lightning, but we bought 99 of them because they're easy to buy, they have a relatively fast animation. And the rest of this fight is basically just throw the marbles because the gravity would just consume too much MP at this point and it would do way too low damage. So as you can also see, he started a countdown, so he won't do anything except counting down now. We probably all have experience enough with Bahamut using countdown to know where this is gonna end. But I got a pretty decent fight. I got good gravities. He didn't spam touchdown all the time, so I used up all my revives. So this is a good Bahamut fight. And we should definitely be able to kill him before the timer runs out.
Oh yeah!
That's Bahamut. So, he's surprised how strong we've grown, and he joins our party, which we don't really care about. Next, Clash of Swords. Good fight.
What now?
Clash of Swords. Nah. You're gonna have an epic battle, Lightning versus Odin. Except we're fighting Odin. Odin is a bit tricky because he can be really annoying and this can be really bad. Why did you hate... Yeah, that was on me. Gravity 1. Was supposed to haste you. Give me a sec. Yeah. Need a Protect Stone, need a Turbo Ether. Turbo Ether, Protect Stone Lawn. Second Gravity. Unstack Rain, heal. Actually use an X potion. And spam marbles. Odin is a bit difficult. He has 3 times weakness to lightning, which is great and helps us a lot. The other problem is the fight runs on an invisible timer. After a certain amount of rounds, he will just use Suntet Skin and finish us off in 1 hit. So, of course, we'd like to prevent that from happening. But yeah, again, the big weakness to lightning is just very helpful here, because, I mean, 4,500 damage, what could you ask more for? More elixirs! Right, who's next? Who's next? Yes, I gotta heal afterwards, and Ancestral Acrimony. Ancestral Acrimony. We got 2 more fights, a little bit of a side story, and then we're actually coming into the end. So just to give a heads up once again, I'm currently on a pace for a 353. Might want to get double a heads up already. So yeah, Ferris and Sildra are mad at Leviathan because they killed their grandparents and they're gonna go and try to fight them, but we step in and yeah. Hi Leviathan, bye Leviathan. The worst of the fights actually, because Leviathan just loves to spam AoEs. Like that one. Yeah. No, better heal. Protect Stone. Phoenix Stone. Ether. Haste. Second Gravity. And 11 marbles. slowly it's getting into a direction that I do not like to see. Tidal Wave is good, that doesn't have a high topple strength. I toppled anyway. Okay, thank God that was a single target. So yeah, Leviathan, definitely one of the more annoying fights of the game. For all these AoEs. There Leviathan goes. Alright. Last one of the plea we gotta catch. And it's also an old friend, but to be completely honest, one that I did definitely not expect in this game. Because he has so low attention, he's only shown in very few Final Fantasy games actually. Let's go to the When the Past Still Haunts, but before that, gimme those Phoenix Pinions and Potions and Ethers. When the Past Still Haunts.
Should we call him the Lord of Darkness?
We can. Although technically he's the Lord of Gravity. And still not immune to it, by the way. Whoops. Give me my gravities. So yeah, hi Diablos. Wait a sec. 4 gravities? Well, if the game tells me to, I'm gonna do 4 gravities. Defend, unstack, defend, Ether. Second gravity. Turbo Ether. Hope he gets 2. Did get 2. Third gravity. Turbo Ether. Nightmare. Only got 1 this time. 4th gravity. 7 marbles. So yeah, he's the only real reason we do the extra. Do few of the extra fights in the arena. Most of them we do for the final boss, but the one we did actually just for him, because I mean he's Diablos. His special abilities are sleep and gravity. And if we wouldn't have immunity to sleep on at least one of our characters, this would take ages. That's done.
Well, that ought to do it.
Oh yeah!
Bad news, though, is Diablos does not take in his defeat. He just goes away, and a little time later he finds Shulk again, and we fight him a second time. Again, very sorry for that. No, wait, we start off with a water spell stone. Where are they? There they are. We normal hit those imps. Yeah, just hit the one person that you weren't supposed to hit. Why not? Phoenix down. Please don't kill. Thank you. Haste. Attack the imp. First gravity. About 5 gravities. Second. 4th. And why am I going to the bottom? We're gonna do one more. And marbles or dragon scales. They just woke up.
So maybe you noticed this game's all about marbles.
Singles target sleep is the best thing you can do, especially if he does it on Lon, because he's immune. Yeah, that was a bad fight. That was a really bad fight. Alright, we got the Pleiad complete. There is just one thing that I actually didn't tell us. Tama disappeared when we did the time skip, because actually Tama sacrificed all of her extra lives to pay, basically, for the time reset. So Tama basically never existed, and the history got completely rewritten. And no one remembers her except Rain, who remembers everything that happened. So we're asking, hey, you remember Tama? Because they were close friends. And we tell the story, and we are like, well, if we find someone of the same tribe as Tama, we might be able to ask them for one of their lives, and then take that to revive Tama. And we actually heard a rumor that such a creature has been sighted in the Icicle Ridge. So we go back, say hi to Charlotta, say hi to Refia, who actually guides us towards him, and we're gonna go hunt our QB, and then we're actually gonna go into the final battles already. We're this close to the end of the run. By now I lost a little bit more of time. We're currently on a 354 pace. But I think I actually did have some big hiccups on the final fights as well. So, yeah. Into the Icicle Ridge, and Refia's telling us, look, there's a ledge in the cave. And we're actually gonna find someone there. The soldier who took over Refia's uncle, that is. Because, as we find out right now, the QB we're actually looking for murdered Refia's aunt. And the knight, even though he possesses Refia's uncle, still has its feelings and is going completely rampage and want to kill the fox. And he actually killed the fox a few times, the QB. We don't know how often, but yeah, we just try to find him before he does. And we did find him before he does again. And we got the QB fight. 3 gravities, then dragon scales. No, not gaze, gravity. Second. I think that's my last Turbo Ether. Gonna play a bit of time here, because I got it. Third, unstack rain, spam those dragon scales. And there's the QB.
Well, that ought to do it.
Sadly, that was his last life, so we took his last life by force to actually revive our friend. So, the last safety save. I have died in the final battles before. If I do, that's about a 10-minute time loss, up to 10-minute time loss, so hope for the best. Hope that I don't mess up. We're going into the last battles. So Thomas is back, we got the plead complete, so it's time for the big plan. And the big plan is we get rid of summoners, who are actually needed to open the gate. That's why they kidnapped them. We want to use them to close and reverse the gate, so all that came out of the gate will get sucked back in. And due to that, every bad would be gone from this world. But of course, the bad guys got something against it. So say hello to Sir Gavaridas again. We gonna start with a gravity. What else will we do? Then we're going to haste. Not by a spell though, because I didn't equip that thing. That is something I forgot, but we got the haste stones. Disaster, the one attack you do not want to see. Luckily we got backup for that, because we did get, where are they, the Remedy Plus. So, we hasted, we healed, we did that. So then what we do now is we're gonna activate the champions. Remember how I put Titus into a spot? Yeah, we can now summon him to do a massive attack on the enemy. We have cutscene and music change. This is actually skippable, but I'm gonna show off the first one. And he's just gonna deal massive damage. And the point why we choose Titus over other that we could do is that Titus has a side effect that using him will speed us up more. So all we do now is we spam Titus 3 times because we got enough energy to use a 1-star coin 3 times. But do now I'm gonna skip. That's a crit. If we get another crit, he is immediately dead. Why you magic shield? Why you magic shield? That's what we get the dispel for. And another disaster! God, this fight is a disaster right now. Get it? Because he's spamming disaster and magic shield. Could you maybe stop that and just attack me?
Should I call you Lawn?
Give me another Blitz Ace crit and this fight is over. Else I'm gonna throw a few marbles more. And we did get another... Oh wait, it's not dead yet? Probably 2 crits is enough to kill him. He probably low roll and he literally survived 1 XP. Well, that's Sir Gavaridas. And while we fought Sir Gavaridas, Rain has to put up with Plumed Knight. And this is actually the harder one. Alright, we gonna start by protecting because these magic attacks are insane. Then we're going to haste. Gonna use 2 dragon scales. Gonna heal out of safety. Gonna start spamming... Where are they again? Water spell stones. Gonna refresh haste and shell just for safety. Better safe than sorry, we got enough items. Quake is great because I'm immune to it. Give me the last water spell stone. And 4 more dragon scales should do the deal. 2, 3. This should be it. Plume Knight down. But Plume Knight's not done yet. Alrighty then. Haste Gravity Shell. Wrong person. One gravity, dragon scales with both. Could you stop killing R all the time? Alrighty, last 2 battles. Gonna head into the last 2 battles of the game. Let's see how they go. My PB sadly ends in 13 seconds. Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna shell Lawn for the safety, we're gonna unstack Rain, we're gonna haste Lawn, we're gonna protect Lawn, and then we just gotta throw in literally everything we got. But not everything, because there's still one fight after. Right, why am I going down for the first up? Because, yeah, there is still one more fight after this one. There, we just gotta throw in literally everything. No. Nah, sadly wasn't enough to kill him right there. But that's okay, because I want to use an elixir anyways. Where is it? There they are. And off into the final battle. And that's on many Final Fantasies. We got the classic. He merged with random enemies in a random dimension thing. So say hello to X9 Muhammad, the final form, the final fight. Let's hope I don't die here. Alright, actually buffing up would be an idea, because that is kind of what I had to do, but I did just forget to read anything at this point. Protected shell. He just changed his element, which we do not really care about. So time is gonna be upon last hit, which is gonna be which should be any second now, because he is pretty low. It should be like 2-3 more hits. Oh goddammit, he just changed into wind. That was bad timing. So he always has one element that he absorbs, and that he prioritizes when he attacks, which is easily noticeable by the color he's got all over his body. Right now it's green, so it's wind, so he just changed before I used the wind item. And time.
Good job.
No deaths! So the run actually went better than the Questing for Glory run. I'm happy with that. So, the question now is, I'm a good chunk underestimate. I know we were a bit behind on schedule, so I'm just gonna skip this last few story cutscenes and I'm just let it running right now, and schedule team or anyone can decide. This game has very, very cute credits. Would take about 5 minutes, so if we want to show them off, or if we can't show them off time-wise, I'll gladly let this running. If not, then just cut me off right now. This was me, the German guy without a name. With me was Rabbit, who didn't do too much, but I'm still thankful to backup man.
Yeah, no problem.
As I said, there are a few areas in this game where I'm just happy when I have someone else talking, because I just want to focus there. 3 minutes over PB. Not too bad. I'm happy with that for a marathon setting with the safety strats and safety saves. And a few hiccups I did. Shoutouts to Tex who endured this run. And Big GG's Forfax, because he had to do a lot of talking during this run as well.
True.
Because, yeah, there are a lot of empty places where not really much to talk about. But we're done here. And yeah, I don't have really anyone to shout out. The game is really, really fun. Anyone who doesn't know or have the game, I can just say, get it. If you like Final Fantasy, if you like Pokemon, it's a great game. Casual-wise, the story is amazing. It has way more side stuff that I'm not even cutting into. And yeah. The speedrun community is small. Maybe you want to join us. We don't have an own Discord. We only have one in the major Final Fantasy Discord, where every game has a channel. And yeah, either cut me out or enjoy the ending. That's it from my side.
Alright, thank you habkeinename for this Word of Final Fantasy run. Next up is Good Job. Next up is Good Job New Game Any Percent by Double Double. This will also be the end of my hosting shift. I'll be signing off here and handing it over to Cruel. So we'll be going into an intermission right now, where we will run some ads while setting up the next game.